Shalom, brother Damien. How you doing? Shalom, brother Abraham. Shalom, house of brother Daniel and sister Mary Houston. Battle Axe family up in Houston. Shalom, family. How y'all doing? I know it's look like it's about to storm out here. Look like it's about to be a tornado. So we pray that the Most High God that we don't have any technical difficulty. Shalom, brother Dexter. Dexter, how you doing? Shalom, Yashar Yehuda. Shalom. I know as brothers and sisters can see, like I say, kind of touch on various topics, Q&A, the Trump verdict. Y'all know how we do. Kind of touch on all subjects and topics. Any questions or comments that brothers and sisters may have, hey, bring those things out. What's going on in our nation, current events, so on and so forth. So we kind of touch on every type of topic here. We leave nothing unturned, man, for real. Whatever on brothers or sisters' spirit, and bring that thing out. I would say not only do brothers and sisters help brothers and sisters that may have questions, but you also keep the captain sharp on questions. Keep brothers sharp on particular type of questions. Yeah, we're doing good, sis. Thanks for asking. Thanks for you and for always asking, man. We're doing good. Brother Dexter, I seen your text message. Was that a count? I really didn't understand it. I forgot to text you back. We kind of got busy out. I know, was that a SOI you were saying? Kind of clarify if you want to in the chat out. Because I forgot to call you back. Yeah, all praise to the Most High, sis. Says how brother Abraham said, how can you honestly get out of the spirit of just wanting to deal and just talking with women? About discipline, remember that's something that we talk. SOI. Who is SOI? Shalom, brother Moses, the messenger, man. Brother up there in Washington, man, on the West Coast. Shalom. I know I didn't get to see you in Sabbath class yesterday, man. Where was you at, man? I forgot to give you a call. I didn't see you on the comment board, but I don't necessarily just because we don't see brothers on the comment board don't mean that they ain't watching. I know brother Abraham is saying, how can you honestly get out of the spirit of just wanting to deal and just talking with women? I mean, you have to kind of clarify what you mean. Like as far as lust, all praise God. All praise God. Now, if I think that's what you're asking, I know we done kind of talked about this. One of the main things brothers need is, I'm going to tell you, is discipline. Brothers need discipline. They in Seattle, I believe. Oh, do we? Okay. Yeah, you will have to, I guess we'll give it. Okay, I never heard of them. I mean, what is their name? Soldiers of Israel? Is that what that stands for? Soldiers of Israel resurrected. Oh, okay. Okay. All praise God. One of the main things that you can use, is just plain old discipline, We have to literally discipline and practice discipline in this truth, man. Shalom, Micah, Israel, shalom. That's one of the main things you must need in this truth, man. We can't stress that so much, man, on how much we need and have to pray for discipline in this truth, man. That is something that is something that brothers and sisters must covet after, man. That's a spirit that you really must covet after. And we always bring this out in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, man. This is damn Shalom peg leg. It's my damn old school homeboy, man. Glad you out, man. Let's see if you can stay your ass out here. Glad your ass is over here, man. Leave my damn haircut alone, man. I'm married, man, so I don't need to be looking good. Look good for my wife, slim peg leg Debo. But Let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. And it reads, "For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit." So once brothers pray, once brothers and sisters fast for a Holy Spirit of discipline, it says, "For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit." Because we understand that lust, dealing in a particular type of spirit like that, is just a deceitful spirit. It says, "For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding." So if you pray for the spirit of discipline, the Most High God will order your thoughts aright, because you're constantly doing what? Thinking about his laws, statutes, and commandments. Constantly thinking about precepts that, guess what? That dictates order, that dictates discipline. These are things that brothers need to constantly meditate on if you're dealing with a particular spirit. Sisters as well, because sisters deal with lust. Sisters deal with that thing too. It's just not a spirit that's common to brothers. It says, "And remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness come in." Man, that's a heavy spirit right there, man, that brothers and sisters must constantly pray for, man. I'm talking about this brother here is hell, man. All praise, all praise, Peg. So that's the spirit that you must want to pray for. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main things. It says it is harder for different people. Or am I trip? Yeah, some spirits be harder, but remember, the Most High God is always giving us a way out. So when brothers and sisters are dealing with something, the Most High God gives us weapons to combat those things, man. So discipline is one of them. Applying the commandments is another one. Prayer, fasting, that's another weapon to be able to combat those spirits that brothers and sisters deal with. A lot of times brothers think that those spirits that they deal with is something different. Oh, my spirit that I deal with is heavier. Well, that's not what the scriptures say. You know, the scriptures don't say that, man. The Most High God always gives us a way out, man. Let's go to the book of First Peter. This is the book of First Peter, chapter 4 and verse 12. And it reads, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing has happened unto you." So don't think it's strange when brothers and sisters have to go through trials and tribulations, man. Stop thinking it's strange. Stop thinking that you're the only one going through things. Even us as captains and as leaders, we go through things. The difference with us is we learn as being leaders to apply the scriptures faster. And that's it. That's the only thing that kind of separate brothers with experience versus brothers and versus from brothers or sisters that don't have experience. We learn to apply the scriptures faster. Even when you're dealing with your wife, you know, and when wives are dealing with husbands, that experience helps you and gives you the ability to deal and to handle situations more and more efficiently when you have the scriptures. And once, more importantly, you apply those things, man. I'm gonna read it from the top. It says, the book of First Peter, chapter 4 and verse 12. And it reads, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing has happened unto you. But rejoice in it as much as you are partakers of Christ's suffering." So we have to rejoice in those things. That's why Sirach chapter 2, the Bible tells us to take those things joyfully, man, because brothers have to understand that you're going to constantly go through things in this truth, man. Most High God is literally doing that to build you and to shape you into that fine gold. How the hell are you going to know how to deal with situations if you don't ever go through something? That makes absolutely no sense. If you don't know how to go, if you don't go through something, like we say, how are you going to be built for adversity? And I'm going to tell you, that's what the Most High God is doing. He's taking us through a lot of things so we'll be built up for Jacob's trouble, man, because that thing is reaching the height, man. Esau getting mad at us this very hour by us breaking out this class, trying to build up our nation, trying to restore the spirits of our people. They don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So, brother, you have to constantly keep fighting those things, man. That's all that it is. It says, "But rejoice in as much as you are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy." So don't think just you're going through these things for nothing. But remember, Christ had to go through sufferings, man, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So if he had to go through something and we are his servants, how much more us, man? You know, so you have to take that and scribe, take these precepts, take fasting, prayer, and apply, man. And guess what? You can overcome anything. One of the main classics is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. You know, the brothers and sisters know those precepts. You know, it's just about applying those things. I know Brother Damien said, can I get an understanding in Malachi 1 verse 6 to 9 and Malachi 3 and 7 to 12? Let's get there right quick. Malachi is a good book. That's a book that you will never be heard, that you will never hear read in the Christian church, man. You know, because then they have to figure out who the hell is Esau. You know, God hates. Yes, God hates. Now, who is Esau? That this person that he hates. This must be some person that the Most High God hates. That was Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. You should already have that precept. Shalom, Sister Bossing Up. How you doing, sis? I know Brother Dexter is asking about Malachi 1, verse 6. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 6, and it reads, a son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear, saith the Lord. So this is the Most High. And we are the sons of the Most High. Where is our fear and where is our honor toward the Most High? Because what? We're not keeping his commandments as a nation of people like how we said we would do when we came out of Egypt. Where is us showing our honor and honoring his Sabbath? Where is our honor and guess what? Not lying, not stealing, not killing, not hating on one another, not lusting after another man's wife. Where is the honor in that? And this is what the Most High God is telling the children of Israel. So when we keep reading on down, he particularly is mad at the Levitical priests, and he really was going in on them. It says Capt, not me, Damien. What you mean not? I didn't see that out. Oh, okay. Oh, seed of Israel. Oh, okay. I seen it. I never did click on that video though. That's what that is. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, a son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear, saith the Lord of hosts? Unto you, O priests, that despise my name. And ye say, wherein have ye despised my name? So we know, remember, Israel is a kingdom of priests. But we know particularly when you read on down, the Most High God is particularly going at the Levitical priests. Verse 7, it says, ye offer polluted bread unto mine altar. And ye say, wherein have you polluted? Have we polluted? In that ye say, the table of the Lord is contemptible. So this is the Most High God going at the Levitical priests, because guess what? They wasn't holding up their part of the bargain. Keeping the commandments, sacrificing holy things to the Most High God. These things are pivotal, man. That office that they held. It says, verse 8, Salaki. It says, and ye offer the blind for sacrifice. Is it not evil? And it says, remember, because the thing is, we have to bring a offering without blemish. You know, they weren't taking their jobs as seriously as they needed to, man. So the Most High God was getting on them, and he brought the Levitical priests very low as a nation of people, man. This is some heavy stuff. It says, and if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? And if ye offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? Offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee or accept thy person, saith the Lord of hosts? Because remember, these things have to be without blot, or without blemish. Let's get there. Let's go to the book of Exodus. So even when you read this, I'm just going to give an example of Passover, how Christ was that ultimate sacrificial lamb. And we have to offer a lamb without blemish during this time. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse. Where do I want to start? Start at verse 4. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 4. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let me jump up. Let me start at verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his household take it according to the number of souls. Every man according to his eating shall ye make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Without blemish meaning Can't bring that lamb with the gangster link, with a missing hoof, with a missing eye, with a missing ear. A lamb without blemish is a perfect, healthy lamb. And this is what the Most High God was getting on the Levitical priests about, man. Because guess what? Like you said, you bringing a sick lamb, a lame lamb. Like we said, that's not an acceptable sacrifice for the Most High. It says, your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. So this is what the Most High God is commanding us. Let's get some more precepts. Let's go to the book of Leviticus. Because when you read in the book of Leviticus, chapter 9, chapter 7, this is giving you the different type of sacrifices that the Levitical priests had to operate or had to perform. Let's go to the book of Leviticus chapter, where do I want to start? Let's start at verse let's see that one. So we have a different type of, we have burnt offerings, we have meat offerings, you have first fruits offering. Leviticus chapter 4 and verse, let me see, we'll start at verse 1. So when brothers and sisters are wanting to understand about the offerings and the office of the Levitical priest, Leviticus is a great chapter to read. A great book to read. Salakia. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 4 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them, if the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, let him bring for his sin which he had sinned a young bullock without blemish unto the Lord for a sin offering. So even during this time, we had to bring what? Certain animals without blemish. Let's jump over to verse 22. If a ruler had sinned and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord his God concerning things which not to be done, and is guilty, or if his sin wherein he had sinned come to his knowledge, he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a male without blemish. So we constantly see what the Most High God commanded the Levitical priests to do, what? Bring animal sacrifices without blemishes. And this is what the book of Malachi is going into. It's the Most High God pronouncing judgment against them because they was going against the what? The laws, statutes, and commandments that he had given us. Let's go back. Brothers and sisters, want to make sure y'all write these precepts down. Verse 9. The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 9. And now I pray you, beseech God that he will be gracious unto us. This had been by your means. Will he regard your person, said the Lord of hosts? Meaning what? They was asking for mercy, but the Most High God was out of mercy. He had to literally do what? Bring judgment out on our people, similar to what brothers have to do in camps. We give brothers and sisters mercy, but when brothers and sisters are basically like repeat offenders, you have to bring some type of correction out. That's what the truth is all about. And brothers and sisters feel some type of way when that thing come out, but you can't, because guess what? We're doing according to the law. Now we're going to jump over to Malachi chapter 3 and verse 7. The book of Malachi chapter 3 and verse 7, and it reads, even from the days of your fathers, ye are gone away from mine ordinances, and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. But ye say, wherein shall we return? Will a man rob God? So this is a precept in a Bible verse that the Most High God or Christian pastors use today to get our people to feel sorry, to fill up their collection plate with money. When the Most High God never asks for, where I'll put it this way, your tithes was never money. Tithes was always your food and your crops, according to the book of Deuteronomy. It says, will a man rob God? Yet have ye robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offerings. So this is something that they always use. But like I would say, let's see what the tithes and offerings were. Was it money? Let's see what it was. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 22. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 22. And it reads, thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year. So tithes was never money. We're going to get to the part where it talks about money, but it shows you what it was for. it says, and thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God. Last time I checked, you can't eat money. It says, and in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of thy corn and of thy wine and of thine oil and of the firstlings of thy herds and of thy flocks, mayest thou learn to fear the Lord thy God always. This is the point, verse 24. And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far, because we have to bring our animal sacrifices and our offerings to the temple in Jerusalem. So if that way was too far for you, let's say if you stayed in the northern kingdom of the land of Ephraim, that was far from Jerusalem. So it will be harder for you to carry all those things, all those animal sacrifices and those offerings to Jerusalem. Let's see what the Most High God put in plan for that. It says, verse 24, and if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there, when the Lord thy God had blessed thee, then thou shalt turn it into money. So instead of you carrying all those things, you would carry the money there. Then when you got to Jerusalem, you would buy all the offerings that you needed. Then take it to the temple and offer those things up for sacrifice. All right, Trevor, be good. That's what this is going into. It says, then thou shalt turn it into money and bind up the money in thine hand and shalt go into the place which the Lord thy God shall choose. And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusted after, for oxen or for sheep or for wine or for strong drink or for whatsoever thy soul desire. And thou shalt eat there before the Lord thy God, and thou shalt rejoice, thou and thine household. So that scripture is what they use to get our people to, guess what, fill the churches up with money. But that scripture has nothing at all to do with money. That was for your offerings that you were supposed to bring to the temple to make a sacrifice there. It said it's more than two people in there. Shalom, Sister Genesis. How you doing, sis? You said I asked about Malachi 6. You meant to say that. Oh, yeah, Con. Can you explain? Let's get there right quick. Sister Genesis asked about Romans chapter 4, verse 4. We all know that the book of Romans is written to the Israelites. We know that when we read the book of Romans chapter 1, verse 7, that's given the context. So we know that. So let's jump over to Romans chapter 4 and verse 4. This is the book of Romans chapter 4 and verse 4, and it reads, now to him that worketh is the reward not reckoned of grace, but of debt. But to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifieth the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness. So let's jump back up, because we know this subject is pertaining to faith. So we know a lot of times the Most High God always uses Abraham as a great example of having faith. Start at verse 1. The book of Romans chapter 4 and verse 1. Get my other Bible out. Have it on hand real quick. So it's going into justification through faith. Start at verse 1. And it reads, what shall we say then? That Abraham our father, as pertaining to the flesh, had found. For if Abraham were justified by works, he had whereof to glory, but not before God. Because we know ultimately Abraham was justified of what? He was justified of works, but he showed his works. He was justified of faith, but he showed his works through his faith. That's pertaining to what even Captain Yara was touching on yesterday. James chapter 2, verse 17 on down, man. We show our faith by keeping the works of the Most High God. Let's get that right quick, man. Because a lot of times Christians totally take this out of context, man. This is the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 17. Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead, being alone. Meaning you just can't have faith. That's what Christians love to say. You have to have faith and works. When you constantly read throughout the scriptures, Revelation chapter 14, verse 12, Sirach chapter 15, verse 15, various other precepts constantly show us that we have to what? Show our faith by our works. Those things go hand in hand. Let's go back. This is the book of Romans chapter 4 and verse 3. It says, for what saith the scripture? Abraham believed God, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. So when we believe, belief is doing what? Keeping the commandments of the Most High God. Let's get that precept. This is how you literally get understanding of your Bible, going precept upon precept to literally break down what these words mean. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandments, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse. So belief and faith is going into the same thing. If you believe in the Most High God, you're going to do what? Keep his commandments. If you have faith, you're going to do the works of the commandments. Let's go back. This is the book of Romans, chapter 4 and verse 4. Now to him that worketh is the reward not reckoned of grace, but of debt. So we understand that we did have a debt to pay. We understand that we had an agreement, we had a contract with the Most High God. And guess what? We didn't hold up our part of the bargain with the Most High. So we were in what? Indebted to the Most High. We were indebted to him. Most High God did what? Gave us grace, gave us mercy. He ultimately gave us what? Gave us Christ. Verse 5, but to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifieth the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness. So we see faith in this truth is a big part of this walk. We need faith. You have to have belief, because a lot of times, like we say, that's mainly what this truth is based upon, man. Having faith that Christ is coming back to save us out of this captivity. Having faith that we can, guess what, keep the Most High God to the best of our ability. Have faith that if we hold up our end of the bargain, that guess what, the Most High God will have mercy on us and grace towards us. So this is what this is going into, sis. Abraham said he is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways of judgment. That's right. Sister Shalom, can you break down Matthew 16:28? Is the Messiah talking about regeneration or judgment? Let's get that right quick. Ask me if you understand that, sis. If not, so we can give you more clarification, sis. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 28. And it reads, verily I say unto you, there shall be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Well, that right there is plain, sis. Meaning when Christ come back, it's going to be brothers and sisters in the truth that won't die. You know, some of us going to actually see him. Some of us is going to actually survive Jacob's trouble. So this is what this is going into. We're going to actually see him, sis. So not everyone is going to die when those thermonuclear bombs hit, because remember, we'll be taken up in the chariots. Some brothers and sisters will survive Jacob's trouble. So some brothers and sisters will actually see him. Shalom, brother Michael Marsh. How you doing? It says the people bring blind lamb mildew bread to the priest. Yeah, and that's out of order. You know, that's totally out of order. Shalom, sister Day. How you doing, sis? Sister Boston up says, growing up, I have heard that tithes was money. That's right, sis. We all heard that. The lady giving the last 2 mites, was that an example to support it? The 2 mites is going into 2 pennies, meaning she gave all that she had. You know, so you can give, because remember, tithes and alms are 2 different things. Alms is money that's used for the people, like how it says in the book of Matthew. Give me some feedback on that, sister, if you understand Matthew 16 and 28. So it's a difference between tithes and alms. Alms is money used to help support this ministry, and that's what we ask brothers for. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 2, and it reads, therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets. Meaning, when you want to give some money, don't let everybody know, hey, you putting in $1,000 or you putting in $100. Just give the money to the brothers that's over that particular administration. You know, because guess what? We do need alms in this truth. We need money for the building that the Most High God has blessed us for. We have bills at the building. You know, he allows us to have a building, to have a congregation, to have a place for our people to worship the Most High God according to the Bible. So those things do take money. You know, we try to go out and bid our people to the marriage. So it takes us going on trips. I know we normally like to take those trips during the summertime, you know. So those things do take money, and this truth does take alms. It says, therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest thine alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth. And thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. So the Most High God is literally showing us how to give. You give what you can. If you can give a lot, give a lot. If brothers and sisters can give a little, give a little. But alms is very, very important in this truth, brothers and sisters, man. Like we said, that keeps this ministry going, man. A lot of the times, man. It's very important, man. Let's get some more precepts on that. Brothers and sisters that know the precepts, the alms, put them up in there, man. Y'all know how we like to do, man. I like to engage the people and see where their mind is, man. See if we thinking in the same spirit. This is the book of Tobit. The book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 7. And it reads, give alms of thy substance. And when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious, neither turn thy face from the poor, or the face of God shall not be turned away from thee. So those alms a lot of times are for brothers and sisters that may fall on hard times. We try to save up money to help brothers and sisters out with bills, or with food, or with clothing, or any of the necessities that they need. Brothers is not just stuffing their money in their pocket, riding around in Benzes and Cadillacs like Pastor Porkchop, TD Snakes now. We're not doing that, man, because we know it's a judgment on that. That's why you have Sapphira in the book of Acts, where the Most High God put their behinds to death because they were basically stealing the money. That money was always for what? Women, men, children and widows, and men that have fallen on hard times, so alms is very, very important in this truth. It says, verse 8, if thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. I'm going to jump down. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity. That's heavy right there. It says in verse 10, because that alms do deliver from death and suffer not to come into darkness. Meaning what? The Most High God see that good deed that you did with those alms and helping a brother or a sister that was down and out. Guess what? The Most High God would in tune have mercy on you. Christian apologetics thinking that this talking about you can buy your way into the kingdom. They don't have the understanding of the scriptures. That's not what they're saying. Meaning you sow up for yourselves grace and mercy unto the Most High God. Shalom, brother Ray, Battle Axes, Minnesota. How you doing, Doc? Shalom, sister Sapphire. How you doing, sis? It says, what about Numbers, chapter 18, verses 11 through 15? Shalom, Dorel Sellers. Yeah, Mark chapter 12, verse 42, the widow. Remember, she gave her last two. That was just all the money that she had. That's what that's going into, sister bossing up. Numbers chapter 18. This is the book of Numbers chapter 18 and verse 11. And it reads, and this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, with all the wave offering, and the children of Israel have I given unto thee, and to thy sons and to thy daughters with thee, a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall eat of it. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and all the best of the wheat, the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto the Lord, them have I given. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land, which they shall bring unto the Lord, shall be thine. Everyone that is clean in thine house shall eat of it. Let's jump up. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 1. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary. And thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. So this is the Most High God giving the directions to the Levitical priests on how they will carry out those offerings. It was saying that they made a sacrifice for the sins of the sanctuary or the congregation. Verse 2, and thy brother also of the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy fathers, bring thou with, that they may be joined unto thee and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witnesses. So this is the Most High God giving them their administrations on how they were supposed to conduct the offerings. And this is the Most High God, basically, when you jump back down to the verses we just read, from verses 11 on down to 15, a commandment for them to always bring in their best. When the Most High God is requiring offerings, he requires your first fruits. That's what we literally about to get ready to go into. First fruits or Pentecost. Meaning giving the Most High God your best. What is our first fruits today? The work that we put in this truth, because we're no longer bringing offerings. So it's you putting your best foot forward for the Most High on the spiritual note, man. This is what this is going into. Shalom, Soldier Ezra, how you doing? It says, okay, so I know it say faith without works is dead. So you saying if I have the works, that is faith? What? Yes, because the thing is, you can't have one without the other. You know, those things go hand in hand. Christians ain't found that out yet. So if you're putting forth the work, guess what? That's letting you know that you have faith. Now you have to do it in sincerity. You know, you have to do it in sincerity. So that is a thing that also comes with it. You just can't be doing the work and you don't have faith. But a lot of times those things do code side and side with each other, man. You know, now you may have some brothers out here, and I'm gonna tell you that is going on, because not having faith is sin. And you may have some brothers out here that may be going through the works. They're just wearing their fringes, just what. And that's, to me, I ain't gonna lie, that's just dumb as hell. You know, you literally just going through the motions in this truth. And if you really don't have faith, I mean, hey, the Most High God really knows those things, because he knows our thoughts. You know, he has the angels on a spiritual level. Hey, he can tap into your thoughts, man, to know if you really are sincere in this truth, man. I know Captain Yara said Numbers 18 is more of a wave offering day, but yeah, you can tie it together. That's right. With ours being offered, not monetary. I know Nehemiah Israel Shalom. It says, my question is, Ruth a Israelite or a Moabite? If a Moabite, can you explain Deuteronomy 23:3, and why does she have a book in the Bible? That's a good question. I know we constantly go through those things. I know the captains, we kind of want to dot our I's and cross our T's on those things. So I ain't gonna lie, I listen to a lot of my brothers on that. I know I listen to compelling stories on both sides. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I know ISUPK Captain Tazariak. I know they say that she is a Moabite. I mean, that she is an Israelite. You know, you have a majority of the camps say that she is a Moabitess. You know, brother, that's something that we constantly go over. You know, and brothers make up good points. I know even Captain Maccabees made that point at one time with you know, why would she have her own book in the Bible? There's many points that can be brought out, you know, but the verdict is still out on that. You know, we'll just say that. Tobit chapter 12, verse 8. Sister Mary Hughes put a great precept up in there. Shalom, Sister Heaven Hound. How you doing, sis? Luke, are you asking for a breakdown on that, Sister Sapphire? Luke chapter 11 and verse 41. I'm not gonna lie, we are compelling sides. I know like us and the captains, I know I kind of play angel's advocate, pose certain situations or questions that comes up about those things. So, you know, brothers constantly going through that, man. You know, constantly going through that. So I just say the verdict is still not out yet amongst us on it, you know, because we constantly trying to dot our I's and cross our T's on that. This is the book of Luke, chapter 11 and verse, said Luke. Like we said, I know as far as right now, like we say, we do teach that she is an Israelite. But like we say, we always going back, dotting our I's, crossing our T's, man. Always. And if we find other things in the scriptures, hey, we don't have no problem about being wrong and correct. You know, that's what this truth is all about, iron sharpening iron. So we're always constantly trying to go back and, you know, make sure that brothers have it down pat. So let me know if you understand it. This is the book of Luke, chapter 11 and verse 41. And it reads, but rather gives alms of such things as ye have. And behold, all things are clean unto you. But woe unto you, Pharisees, for ye tithe mint and rue and all manner of herbs and Passover judgment. Meaning the Levitical priests, they would bring alms, but they wouldn't be doing what? Keeping the commandments of the Most High. Like bringing out what? Righteous judgment. You know, this is what this is going into. Because remember, your alms, it don't necessarily always just means monetary. It can be the work that you put in the truth. Maybe a brother or sister may not have no money, and the work is their alms. Like brothers cleaning up the building, sisters cleaning up the building, taking care of things that we need amongst a building, helping a brother move, man. Those things are alms that you could put work into in this truth as well. You understand that, Sister Sapphire? It says, so shalom, how you going to move in this truth forward with money? So what you mean, Doc? I'm not understanding. Kind of reword your question, Doc. It's not making sense. It says, shalom, how are you going to move in this truth forward with our money? So we have to give money. Yeah, you have to reword that out. I don't understand what you're saying. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 33. Are you just pulling these precepts, sis, to add on to it? These are great precepts if that's the case. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 33. Sell that ye have. Oh, okay, because I did ask y'all to pull precepts. I forgot about that. Sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourselves bags, which wax not old. A treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approach, neither moth corrupt. So this is the Most High God saying that, guess what? We know we needed alms in this truth. Even how he posed to the one rich man, sell all that you have and come and follow me. Remember, man, that brother would have had his place in the scriptures. He would have had a place in the kingdom of heaven, but he couldn't do those things because what? The brother had many stuff, much stuff, and he couldn't get rid of that stuff. Meaning what? He had a lot of money, a lot of substance. Let's get there. Let's go to the book of, is that what I want? Book of Luke chapter 10, verse 25. Is that what I want? No, I want that one. We had bear with me a moment, brothers and sisters. We had much. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 22. I think that's what I want. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 22. The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 22, and it reads, but when the young man heard this saying, he went away sorrowful. Let me jump back up. Verse 16, the classic. So that was right in Luke 10 and 25. It was Luke 18 and 18. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 17. Start at verse 16, the classic. And behold, one came and said unto him, good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. So God is letting us know, the Most High God is letting us know through Christ on how to make it to the kingdom by what? By keeping the commandments. Stop listening to these dumb Christians. Even I just brought out a great class yesterday, literally piece by piece outlining that thing on how we need to keep the commandments of the Most High. Verse 18, he said unto him, which Yahweh shall said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. Yahweh shall said unto him, if thou would be perfect, go and sell that thou hast and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Meaning what? He coveted those things more than the kingdom of heaven. And that's something that brothers and sisters cannot do. The Most High God may bless you with a lot of things, but eventually the Most High got to put those things to the test to see if you would choose those things that he have ultimately given you over him. That makes no sense. That goes partly into a covetous spirit, man. Meaning what? We can't love nothing more than the Most High. We can't even love ourselves more than the Most High. Not your wife, not your mama, not your daddy, not grandma, not papa, not even your children more than the Most High, man. This thing is serious. And how many brothers and sisters are willing to give up that, man? Put it with one in the chat. Where brothers and sisters literally give up everything they got to walk with Christ into the kingdom, man. If you don't have it in the chat, man, something wrong with you, man. Shalom, Sister Samitra. How you doing, sis? We put in there Acts chapter 3, verse 3. This man had many possessions, and he went away sorrowful, man, because guess what? He wasn't able to give those things up, man. That's right. The book of Acts chapter 3, verse 3, who seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple asked of alms. So you had this poor man asking of alms. Peter and John, they didn't have no money to give him, but they did do what? They healed the man. So that's better. Good health is above all things, man. Because guess what? If you don't have good health and got money, you don't have the time to even spend the money, man. You don't even have the time to enjoy that. I know brother brought that out in the book of Sirach, chapter 18 last weekend, man. Brother from WFI, all praises, man. Great precepts that brothers and sisters are putting in there, man. Capt put in there 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8. The hood pastor says, why? 2 Kings 19 and 9 say the same thing. That's a good question because that's letting you know what time period Isaiah was writing in, hood pastor. So you have many scriptures that say the same thing. So you may have the prophet Isaiah give an account, then you may have the scribes that was in the time of 2 Kings give an account. So you have that many times in the scriptures. You have that even amongst, like you say, Jeremiah and Ezekiel. You have many prophets, because it's basically going into out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall the matter be established. And that's how the Most High God deals. So let's get that right quick. So you'll see that even with 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles kind of mimics that in a certain way. So it may elaborate more in 1st and 2nd Chronicles that it didn't in 1st and 2nd Kings. So that's why you'll have that. So yeah, that is a good read for going into Sennacherib, and when the Most High God sent that angel out to tear up 100 and some thousand Assyrians, man. All praise to the Most High God for that. So yeah, those things are contemporaries of each other. So that is the precept that you need to put the Isaiah 37 and 36 because it's going into the same thing. So you want to put Isaiah 37 and 12 with 2 Kings chapter 19 and verse 12, because it goes into that same account. And this is what this is going to. Let's get that right quick. Let's get that law. Out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. So that's why you see brothers flipping back and forth constantly, because it talks about it over here, then it talks about it over there. Even with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Luke kind of elaborates on certain things that Matthew did. Matthew kind of elaborates on things that Luke did, and vice versa. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 19 and verse 15. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, or at the mouth of 3 witnesses, shall the matter be established. So we use this on a spiritual level, meaning out of the mouth of 2 or 3 precepts. That's how we get the understanding. Like he have a Captain Anab, he tell brothers from Children of the Light, precept me out. You don't want to just get one precept, want to get a multiple of precepts so you can build that idea. Shalom, shalom, Yahweh, shalom. So you have that many times in the scriptures, hood pastor, many times. No arms precepts. Hey, sister asked for the precepts, man. All praise, man. That's what it's for, man. You want to be humble and have humility in this truth, man. We can't do nothing without that, man. Christ was humble. We want to take on those same characteristics, man. Christ knew he had all power, man, but he came and chose to ride into the kingdom, to the city on a donkey, man. Just think, most like God, I'm pretty sure would have gave him whatever he asked, man. Could have rode on a white stallion in that thing, or better yet, have a chariot come drop him off, man. You know, brothers must have humility in this thing, man. You got to be humble in this truth, man, and not take this thing for granted, man. Let's go to the book of James. Can't take this truth for granted, man. Y'all have to forgive me. My sheets are shredded. I'm talking about shredded apart. Go to my other one. Y'all see me do that a lot, man. You know, a lot of times brothers have to have at least 2 or 3 Bible in this thing, man. Let's see. Give me James chapter 1. That's what I want. That one. This is the book of James chapter 4 and verse 10. It says, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift ye up. It says, speak not evil one of another, brother. He that speaketh evil of his brother and judgeth his brother speaketh evil of the law, and judgeth the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. So brothers and sisters must obtain and keep that humble spirit in this truth, man. I know sometimes brothers may get puffed up, especially with the knowledge that the Most High God has given us, man. You take this knowledge and try to look down on brothers and sisters. That's not why the Most High God has given us this knowledge. He's given us this knowledge to do what? To edify and to seal up the 144,000. We use the knowledge that he's given us for the betterment of our nation, just like your skills and your traits. Brothers and sisters that are lawyers out there that are in this truth, hey, you use that knowledge and that skill to, guess what? Help get your brothers out of these legal situations. Brothers and sisters that are doctors out there and that are nurses out there, you use those medical skills for your people, man. Like we say, brothers that are carpenters, painters, all these different type of skills, you use those things for the betterment of your nation. That's what the other nations do, man. You know, and that's what the Bible is instilling back in us, and that comes with a humble spirit, man. Shalom, brother Michael Marsh. How you doing, Doc? It says, yeah, that's right. Even what we just touched on, I know we kind of touched on it a little bit, going into faith without works. Meaning, if you're not keeping the commandments, you don't have faith. You know. Thanks, I know I put that mug in there. Matthew chapter 19, verse 21. Captain Yar. Yeah, Captain Yar put it up in there. Shalom, Ezekiel Yah, Shalom, Ox. Like I say, brothers and sisters got the ones in the chats, man. Like you say. It says that's what happened to Abraham, got up and straight left. That's right, man. That's the spirit that brothers got to have in this truth, man. Sisters got to have in this truth, that you leave all this stuff and straightway follow Christ, man, like the disciples did, man. You know, a lot of them, hey, they straightway left those things, man, and follow Christ, man. And that's the spirit that you got to have, man. You must have that spirit in this truth, man. Let's get the one of the classics. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow it not after me is not worthy of me. Meaning what? When you take up that cross is going into what? Death. Because that's what Christ died on. If you're not willing to die in this truth, guess what? Christ is literally letting you know you're not worthy of him. You know, that thing is heavy, and that's something that brothers and sisters must meditate on day and night, man. Whether or not when Jacob's trouble come, they're trying to force you to eat pork, or you gonna take it, or you gonna hold strong like the brother Eleazar in the book of First Maccabees, man. You know, or you're gonna have that particular type of spirit, man. You're gonna have a spirit of Sister Judith, of Sister Esther, not to fold when times get tough. You know, sisters got to have that spirit as well, man, because they're gonna be coming after the sisters as well. You know, this ain't just for the brothers out here. You know, these classes are for all. Like I say, any questions? It says just like a job. That's right. It says I'm starting to run out of ones. I heard you. Oh, praise. It says you teaching us all how you going to move this truth forward without money because I need your school. Yeah, I know. I know you've been saying that, brother Damien, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That'll be a mighty thing if Battle Axes could get a school in Jamaica. I know you always say that. Yeah, even with the 7 women in the church, you know, just imagine a sister seeing 7 of her sons being tortured and put to death, man. With a sister fold, you have to remember you can't fold because those children are not yours anyway. Those children are the Most High. He used you to bring them forward. You know, don't get me wrong. He used you to bring them forward, but remember, the Most High God, if you die for Him. Die hard in this truth, man. The Most High God to give you 10,000 sons, double that. Think of Job. These are scriptures that brothers have to constantly think of, sisters have to constantly think of. But we pray that we could get a school in Jamaica. You know, that's why it's pivotal. I don't mind you asking the questions so you could take that understanding, get built up. Because it'll be a mighty thing to have a battle axes in Jamaica and have the brothers come out there and visit and help build that thing up, man. It says, y'all some good brothers. Keep up the good work, my God. Sure, we try to be out. Try to be here for our people, man. It says, Yahweh and the commandments is our tool of growth. That's right. Brother Enough Israel. There is, man. Without the commandments, man, you won't have growth in this truth. Yeah, that's right. I know we need a battle axes there. You know, in Washington, that's what we're trying to, Brother Moses. Oh, Brother Moses, Sister Sumitra. Sister Sumitra got a brother up there with you in Washington State. I'm glad you were finally on her, Sister Sumitra. So I know Lord's will, we're trying to get a battle axes established up there, man. We pray that the Lord bless that thing and help that thing to grow up there, man. Because we know we do have some brothers and sisters up that way, you know, and their spirit bears witness with the way we bring it out. Soldier Donovan in the house, man. Shalom, 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 man. Young P, shalom, shalom, Ox. Brothers and sisters in the chat. But if brothers and sisters can't pick up and lose everything for the Most High, man, brothers and sisters must check their spirit in this thing, man. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 4 and verse 20. You have to straightway leave everything, man, for this truth, man. Shalom, brother Jonathan, man. Did you and Captain Yard get y'all hoop on? Y'all know I got my exercise in school and the youngsters, man. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 4 and verse. I'm going to start at verse 18. The book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 18. And Yahushua, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw 2 brethren, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Let's see what Peter and Andrew did. And they straightway left their nets and followed him. Man, that thing is heavy right there, man. These brothers was at work making money. How many brothers or sisters would do that? Brother making, let's just say, we just throw a number out there, $100,000 a year. You know, and Christ come to you, man. You making so much money an hour, man. You're a supervisor, main boss. You making all that money. Christ come to you and, hey, brothers better be ace. Better stop playing, man. Straight tell Esau, man, Esau, kiss my, and I'm gone. I wouldn't even tell him that. I'd be like Peter and James. I'm just gone. I ain't clocking out or nothing. You know, I'm gonna tell you, man. Oh, I forgot the Soldier Donovan be up there hooping as well. All praise, yeah, I will. Most definitely. I'm gonna see if sister heard me in here. Tell her to give me a call after the feed, and we can all kind of get online and kind of network. But This type of spirit that brothers and sisters must have, man. I know Brother Ezekiel put in there, it says, Luke chapter 14, verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brother and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple, man. You know, and whosoever. It goes on and on, man. That's a great precept. Precept that goes with Matthew chapter 10, verse 37, man. So this is the type of spirit that brothers and sisters must have, man. We see this truth. Guess what? We running straightway to the truth. Verse 20, and they straightway left their nets and followed him. And going on from thence, he saw other two brethren, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, going into the sons of thunder. And they shipped with Zebedee, their father, mending their nets. And he called them. And they immediately left the ship and their father and followed him. What did they do? They left their daddy, man. Daddy, I'm gone, man. I'm following Christ, man. You know, hey, that's enough, man. You know, because guess what? This is the King of Kings, Lord and Lords, man. Because guess what? We know it's a reward for that thing, man. It's a reward. Let's see what the reward is. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, man. I mean, we, you know, Tito, you know, I don't go by that. You know, they say death comes in threes. That's a term of the world. You know, this is my brother on here. I know he said death comes in threes, bro. Who next? I mean, most I ain't gonna lie. Most I God been bringing judgment on people. He been dropping out. What I mean by that, brothers and sisters, I've been having a lot of my old classmates dropping, dying basically. I know we had another brother that just died. Went to another brother. One of my best friends died about 2 weeks ago. So, that's a good question, sis. You know, but I'm gonna tell you, bro, like I tell you, man, death is something that I know how people take death hard, but once you come into the truth, understanding scriptures about death makes it easier because it's just a part of life, man. You know, so that's why it's pivotal to get into this truth, man. Get into the scriptures to understand that, guess what? It's literally precepts on these things, man. You know, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 41 and verse 1. And it reads, O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions, unto the man that had nothing to vex him. Because what I understand, I know our brother Torres shots goes out to his family and friends, you know, that are watching. I think he had a brain surgery or a brain aneurysm. A lot of times those things can flex, brothers and sisters get tired of fighting those things. Your body get tired. We hear many of times with our grandparents that say, baby, I'm tired. I just want to go. So we understand that. It says, unto the man that had nothing to vex him, and unto him that had prosperity in all things, yea, unto him that is yet able to receive meat. O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy. It says, and unto him whose strength faileth, because sometimes we lose our strength, man. Thanks, Og. That's another great precept. It says, and unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age, meaning what the elderly. It says, and is vexed with all things, and to him that is despaired and had lost patience. Meaning what? Sometimes brothers and sisters get tired. Health, you know, your body takes a toll on you in this world, man. It says, verse 3, fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee, and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. And why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? So the Most High God takes pleasure in those things. So if the Most High God requires that we die, hey, we have to understand that. That understanding the scriptures and how the Most High God thinks, because the Most High God gives us a glimpse of how he thinks in the scriptures. Knowing that the Most High God takes pleasure in that, why will we be against the pleasure of the Most High? We're against the pleasure because our people have lost that understanding about death. We lost the understanding about death, and we don't know the understanding about regeneration. knowing that our spirit just comes back every fourth or third generation. If our people understood that, we would take death a lot easier. It says, and why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? There is no inquisition in the grave, whether thou hast lived 10 or 100 or 8,000 years. So that's the pleasure that the Most High God had ordained over all flesh. You know, we can't be after that. Brother's asking, I got you, sis. He asking, where do we go? Let's read what the scriptures say. So when we die, spirit just returns back to the Most High. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. I know I kind of talk with my brother about these things. I know y'all need to tell him, man. He need to get up in this truth, man. You know, I know he like to watch the classes. His problem is actually keeping the commandments. He love to hear me teach and hear brothers teach and watch the videos and all that, but he don't actually want to put the rubber, put actions to this thing, man. Y'all know I kind of be on his ass, man. Especially me and Yara. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 7. And it reads, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. So when we die, our spirits return to the Most High in the third heaven. We're not up there walking around. He holds our spirit in a chamber of souls. Then every third or fourth generation, the Most High God will send that spirit back down into a new body. That's why we have that saying, you've been here before. Brother, you got an old soul. Sister, you got an old soul. Because that comes from the term in the Bible, regeneration. So that chamber of souls is found in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 4. I know I did a class on that. Brothers and sisters are always welcome to go back and look at those things. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, and verse 41. It says, then said I, no, Lord, that can she not. And he said unto me, in the grave, the chamber of souls are like the wound of a woman. For like as a woman that travaileth maketh haste to escape the necessity of the travail, even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them. So we see what the Most High God is basically, when we die, our soul goes back up to the third heaven where the Most High God dwells in the spiritual realm. The Most High God has our souls in a chamber of souls. Yeah, I love you too, bro. Sister Sapphire, go back up. It says, Capt, is being nervous about Jacob's trouble considered someone to be lacking faith? What the thing is, sis, that's a great question, sis. Eventually, you want to be able to get your faith up there to where you don't. Because remember, the Most High God is giving us an open book test on things that are going to happen to us. So reading the accounts of like the soldiers just put in here, Soldier Ezra, 2nd Maccabees, chapter 7, with the sister and her 7 sons being put to death, man. I ain't gonna lie, that thing is very, very powerful, man. You know, so to a degree, I would say that. But this is what the Most High God has given us time and grace for, to be able to get our faith level up. Because we know if we be put to death in this truth, sis, according to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16, the dead in Christ gonna rise first. You know, so brothers that had that super faith, hey, go on, kill me, man, because I know that my place in the kingdom would be set, man, if you died keeping the commandments. That's the key, though. I ain't talking about just no regular old wicked Negro, you know, that gave up at the end. This is the book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 7. This is the book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 7, and verse 14. And it reads, so when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from God, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection of life. So this is going into one of the sons that was going to be tortured and killed next. He said it's good to be put to death by men, because guess what? The Most High God going to raise us back up in the end, man. So have your fun. You could torment this body. Even Christ was warning us about these things, man. Fear not him that can kill the body, but we have to fear him that has the ability to kill both the body and soul in hell. That's something that we do. So yes, sis, you want to be able to get your faith up to this particular level, to the level that Christ was warning us about. Now, Brother Jose said, question, that one verse about some of us entertaining angels, Hebrews 13 and Two, do angels always look like brothers? Angels can come in many forms. You know, I'm pretty sure they can come in a multitude of colors. Israel is like the sand of the sea. So you may have some angels that may have lighter skin. You may have some that have darker skin. Now the Bible records them as having skin like bronze. You know, we constantly go over those precepts. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. So angels can come in different colors, so to speak. But the Bible describes what they do look like. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 7. We're going to get straight to the point. I'm going to start at verse 4. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north. This whirlwind that Ezekiel saw was a chariot. It says a great cloud and a fire enfolding in itself, because that would be silly to think that a cloud can enfold fire. Not saying that the Most High God couldn't do that, but this is a similitude. This is a parable. This is a metaphor. The Most High God is comparing the chariots of the Most High God to clouds and to a whirlwind. Why for a whirlwind? Because they spin, and why a cloud? Because they fly in the sky. It says, and behold, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding in itself. A brightness was round about it, because they have lights everywhere. I know brothers and sisters have seen those many examples over YouTube, especially that one that was over what they call the so-called dome in Israel. It hovered there for a while, then it shot back up, man, into space. It says, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet were like the sole of a calf's foot. And they sparkled like the color of varnished brass. Varnished brass is another word for brass burned in a furnace. You burn brass in a furnace, what does it come out? It comes out very dark brown. Sade, brother, can you please open your chat so we can talk? Yeah, shalom. Shalom, brother Bala. Give brother a link right quick. Yeah, just put one in there for you, Shay. Just put one in there for you. Like you say, any questions that's in the chat. Let's see what brother got. Click the link, brother Shay. See what you got. Any questions or comments or anything, brother? Or any smoking, any contention, respectfully. Let's see what we got up in the chat. But I know brothers and sisters done seen that verdict with Donald Trump, man. We don't take too much into that, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, that may have sparked off more things than ever, man. You know, Esau framed it mischief by law. So you know, you hear it in the chat, Edomites, they ready to ride and burn stuff down. It's just their nature, man. So we tell them raise it, because we know eventually the Most High God is constantly gonna send them one against another, like it says in the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and in the book of Isaiah chapter 19. You know. So yeah, Sade, the chat is in there. It says, was black nobility rule of Europe actually prophesied in Revelation? Well, not in that degree. Not to that degree. You have to understand history, though. You do have to understand it. So we know that history is around because we have books like that. You have and my wife just bought me that book too. It's a book called I ain't brought it out in a while either. Book called let me find it. Let me find that book. It's a great book showing about the black nobility and the coats of arms that we had. Shalom, brother Lamar, how you doing? I know they seen you up in there. I got to say shalom to you. Black Nobility. Bro, don't tell me I don't have that book. It's called no, I got the book somewhere. Not that American Indian book. It's another book. That's a book. Oh yeah, I knew I had it. Yes. So this is a book called Nature Knows No Color Line. Brother should get this book. And this talks about I just got my haircut. You talking about I need a haircut? Just not leave my damn haircut alone. I ain't looking cute for y'all. I got a wife. Damn, you and peg leg Greg. I get my haircut every week. Leave me alone. I got a forehead, bald head, but the scriptures tell you that I'm clean, man. Because y'all don't understand the scriptures. That's why I have to keep saying this to y'all, man. Damn brothers and homeboys, man. They hell, man. All praise. So we have a book called Nature Knows No Color Line. Had this black author. He was going through Europe and he seen all these black people that was ruling during this time. So I'm gonna tell you yeah, I just put a link in there for you. Sade, go back up and click the link. I just put it in. I put 2 links. So Jabri Thompson, that comes with a lot of understanding, but it is in there going into that 1,000 years. That's what it touches on. So let's go get that in the book of Revelations, chapter 20. It touches on that in the book of Revelations, chapter 20. So the book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 1. Remember the Bible, especially the book of Revelations, is written in coded messaging. If you don't understand world history and you don't have these things broken down to you, you won't understand it. Because a lot of times people literally want to see black people ruled in Europe in the Bible. And the Bible is not going to be written like that because the Bible is a mystery book. If the Bible was written like that, the so-called white man would have been done burned the Bible. So the Most High God, you put it on the prophet's spirit to write it in mysteries and encoded messaging. I can rub my hair, rub on my waves. What 2 or 3 I have, bro? Stop hating on me, bro. Leave me alone and listen to the class. What book? What you mean, brother Jose? Oh, that's that. Oh, you talking about brother Lamar? So when you read the book of Revelation, chapter 20, let's get that right quick. The book of Revelation, chapter 20, and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. So in the scriptures, when you see the bottomless pit, a lot of times Christianity think that this is talking about, they take this literally, but this is written in metaphoric language. This is written in a mystery. So you have to understand what it's talking about. The Bible, when it makes reference to a pit, it is making reference to a landmass. And we use this precept to identify that in 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Let's get that right quick to show you that that pit that is talking about is not some place in hell where Satan is looking, stirring a pot with all types of souls and stuff in there. Hello, I'll put it back in there. So Shade, I just put it back in there. But this is what this is going into. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 5. I want to lose track. So when we read the book of Second Ezra, chapter 5, hold on.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom, shalom, Mop. What's your name?
How you doing?
You don't want to show your
My
face?
name's Ogus. Yeah, I'm an Igbo, bro.
Huh?
How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. You don't want to show your face on camera? Don't tell me you're scared, brother.
No, I'm not scared. I'm actually currently in Igbo land, so there's a lot of bad reception, corruption with
Okay.
stuff.
What you have, brother? Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, brother. What you have?
That's what I'm saying. There's bad connection out here. I'm in West Africa right now, bro.
Are you? What part?
Yeah, I'm Igbo.
Okay, all
So I
praises.
wanted to talk to you about a couple stuff. Huh?
Go ahead. You want
I
to talk
wanted to
about
talk
what,
to you
brother?
about
Go
a
ahead.
couple stuff, to be honest. I've been following a couple camps and people talking like, I believe his name is Captain Tazariak or something like that.
Yeah, Captain Cesaria from
And,
ISUPK.
and they bring up a good, valid, some valid arguments. Some of the people that just, believe in, y'all know that they're Israelites and stuff. They said, how do all African Americans know they come from an Israelite tribe? It's true, because some Hamites came on slave ships too. It wasn't just
Right.
Ebos or the Acons. The Acons was mentioned in Genesis. I think I was watching one of you guys' videos, and you guys said the Acon is one of the descendants of Judah, and under Acon, they were mentioned in Genesis. One of the sons of Izar, one of
One of
the
the
sons
sons
of
of who?
Judah. Let me pull up the verse real quick. Hopefully,
Yeah,
it
pull
doesn't.
up the verse, all right. So we know through the scriptures, like Deuteronomy chapter 49, Genesis chapter 49, Deuteronomy chapter 33, world history, archaeology. It's a lot of evidence that points to that. Even with the slave trade, where they kept records of those things with the fake small hats, they kept records. They literally had on that bill of the sale of rights, Hebos, and then later it was translated into Negroes for sale. So the people that was taking us, even a lot of the tribes that were in Africa, they knew who we were because we were basically invaders into their land. That's why we have the book called From Babylon to Timbuktu, and they knew that it was a distinction between the so-called Negroes and the so-called Africans. Go ahead, brother. Can you hear me, brother? You still there? Oh, his connection must be bad.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I couldn't hear you cut out for a little bit. Go ahead now.
The verse is Genesis 36:27, but yeah, I believe you, like the book, the Jews and Negro and all that. But it's Genesis 36:27. The Acons of Ghana is mentioned in the Bible, and they're broken up into 12 tribes in Ghana. That's what's interesting about their
Say it again.
their
Genesis
lineage.
36 and what?
27.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 36 and verse 27. The children of Ezor are these: Bahan and Zavan and Akan. So we see, but remember these are going into like the tribes of Esau. So we know that Esau did mix with a lot of Canaanites, but we know a lot of times too, brother, those names can be used for other nations. Because you had a brother in Israel named Ishmael.
Yeah.
So just because they use that same name doesn't necessarily mean that they're specifically of their tribe. Those were just like popular names, similar to what we have today.
I thought, if you can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, brother. I can hear you.
Ezra was a descendant of Judah. I believed. I read.
Well, this is going into the lineage. Let me read it again.
Yeah, that was a descendant of Judah.
So even when you read it, Genesis chapter 36, I'm gonna start at verse 1. The book of Genesis, chapter 36 and verse 1. Now, these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. So this is going into the generation and the sons and lineages of Esau, which would be the Caucasians today. Even when we jump down, verse 27, the children of Esau are these, Bahan and Zavan and Akan. The children of Dishon are these, Uz and Aran. These are the dukes that come from the Horites. Duke Latan, Duke Shaban, Duke Zebion, and Duke Anan. So we know that, remember, Esau took over this land. So Genesis 30,
some of them are
the generation of Esau.
So what you're trying to say is, okay, it makes sense now, because I was thinking for some reason, that Esau was one
Israelite,
of the descendants of Judah. So he was one of the descendants of Esau, you're saying.
That's right.
Wow, that's crazy. But I've been knowing from day one, right? Something in my heart telling me about the story, especially being here in Igbo land, bro. Like the stuff you will see will blow your mind. Like there's different types of colors here in Igbo land. You will see a person with two dark-skinned parents, with blue eyes, pale skin. It's mind-blowing. You even see some people, right? That I can't explain it. They wouldn't look like the typical Negro, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So like,
and I understand that. That's why we always tell brothers and sisters that this truth is not about skin color, because the Israelites mixed amongst many nations of
different shades of brown.
That's right. You know, so even like we always bring it up with Drake's son, you know, the rapper Drake, you know, he had a baby by a Caucasian woman. His baby has blonde hair, blue eyes, but that baby is an Israelite because Jake's father is an Israelite. So color has nothing to do with the truth. I'm gonna read this right quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12 and verse 8. And it reads, mine heritage is as unto me as a lion in the forest. It cried out against me. Therefore I have hated. Verse 9 is the point. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. Meaning birds come in what? Many different shades of color. This is what a speckled bird, the characteristic, meaning the Israelites come in many different shades because we have mixed among many different nations.
So bro, like another thing that was very true is you guys bring a point and it woke me up too. Even here in Igbo land, my dad is from a place called Oweri, like Eri, and my mom is from a place called Umaya, but her village is Umuda. Umu means children, so it'll be children of Uda. Umuda, that's where she's from. Children of Uda.
Okay.
So I was just thinking about paternal lineage. It says half of African Americans' paternal lineage is European. The other half is the so-called West African. So you got to remember, there's some people there's some people within our race, because I consider myself African American. The way I'm treated, the way I'm looked at, I don't even look like a typical, dark-skinned African. I look like, other African Americans. That's what everybody thinks. But there's some of us that are legitimately dark-skinned Caucasians because it's by paternal lineage. You understand what I'm saying?
No. I understand that. Even similar to today, brother, like how we say Tia and Tamara Bar Marley would be considered Edomites. Even though they have brown skin, their father goes back to
exactly.
So like how
I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm talking about brothers that look like me and you, that from the slave ships they came and something happened and their mother kind of got, raped by the slave master. And from there, it was generations of them just getting darker after. You understand what I'm saying? They're paternal.
Now, what are you saying about, say that again, Knock, about who now?
Okay, so 50% of African Americans, paternal, meaning their fathers, their first fathers, lineage is European. The other is so-called West African.
You know why I wouldn't believe that, brother? I wouldn't believe that because Caucasians.
Bro, I believe it.
Caucasians had what you would call slave farms.
It's true.
They needed to do what? To breed more of us. So, and just think, they didn't rape everybody.
They did it, exactly.
You
That's
know,
why
so
it's 50%.
Now we do know some are, some may be Caucasians, but I would say that's like I would say not as big of a percentage as people think though.
Brother, it's a big percentage, bro. Because you got to realize how creepy the white man is and how
No, I
filthy they are.
understand that.
They
totally
love black
understand
women. Even in Africa, they're here digging up their skirts. You will see abandoned child
we
here and
totally
there.
agree with that. But let me read something to you. Let's go to the book of Hosea. And this is why I partly don't agree on that, but I want to read this scripture right quick. The Most High God compares us to what? To the sand of the sea.
Yes.
Israelites is more numbered. We have always been more numbered. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse. Let me start at verse. The book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. So you can't number the sand of the sea. So each time we go through a nation and they afflict us, the Most High God has a what you would call like a hidden consequence in there. Let me prove it to you. Let's go to the book of Exodus. So this is why I'm making my 2 points on this.
Okay, brother. No problem.
Exodus chapter 1 and verse 12. The book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. So even during the time of the captivity in Egypt, each time a nation afflicts us, the Most High God does what? He multiplies us. So we had a hard captivity over here. So that's why I would say I wouldn't totally believe that. But we know a lot of our sisters did get raped. But just because a lot of sisters may have gotten raped doesn't mean that all of them was the product of being pregnant. You understand that?
And yes, brother. And I also believe, I know you might not agree with me. I believe that the Most High made this a special circumstance compared to like a sister willingly now worshiping the white man, doing this. That's different. You know what I mean? Even I believe there's a verse, you might pull it up, that it talks about our women getting raped and giving birth to I don't want to say a heathen child but a child by the heathen. You know what I mean?
That. Now, I'm glad that you brought that up because it's another precept in Hosea. So I'm glad that you said that because even though it happened, the Most High God, the sisters prayed for a miscarrying womb. So I want to read that. I'm glad that you said that. So that's literally showing you that not every time a sister got raped, that they had a baby by the product of that.
Yes, it's true.
They were stealing off of that. So I want to read this scripture to you. This is the book of Hosea. So I'm glad that you said that, because I was going to go there next. That's the spirit. This is the book of Hosea, chapter. What do I want? Chapter 7. Bear with me a moment. A miscarrying womb. Let them to idols. What do I want? Hosea chapter 6. Somebody find that for me. Find that for me, brother Donovan. A miscarrying womb. Oh, I got it. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 9, and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 12. I'm gonna start at verse 13. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 9, and verse 13. Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. So we know a lot of times Ephraim going into the northern tribe with Christopher killing Columbus, he came over and raped a lot of them too. Verse 14, of
course, big time.
It says, give them, O Lord, what wilt thou give? Give them a miscarrying wound and dry breasts. So even though Esau and these nations were raping our sisters, guess what? The Most High God was giving them what? A miscarrying womb and dry breasts, so that baby couldn't come forth, or a lot of those babies by the product of rape was what? Was being killed. Yes. So it's not as many as we think, especially by us being as the sand of the sea. But don't get me wrong, I do agree with you, that a lot of sisters did get raped. A lot of sisters got raped.
I got a question for you. So this is an important question. So honestly, brother, because we need to be realistic, because there's a lot of people that follow you guys have high views. and even this, you never know, this might get a lot of views. Do you believe, this is important,
Yeah, go ahead.
The so-called white man is white from Esau or is white from Japheth? This is important.
That's a good question. So in the scriptures, we never hear about no color changing in the Bible, but who? Esau.
It depends.
Well,
Remember,
no.
it said,
hold up.
Okay.
If you can find me a Bible verse that says that Japheth was white, we'll believe that, brother. But we don't read about no scripture in the Bible that says that Japheth was any other color but the same color of his father.
But I believe, brother, you got to remember all this. Now, this is what I want to get back to. We need to remember too, brother, that we have white Negroes. After the flood, Noah was the only one left. Noah, if anything, if Japheth looked like him, he will be a white Negro, which is the albino.
Well, no.
So Japheth would look like him.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You give.
Hold up, real quick. You have to give me a Bible verse that says.
I know. I swear, there's a one in the book of Enoch. I can't remember.
And that's the thing. I knew you was finna go there. We don't deal with Enoch because the book of Enoch doesn't line up with the Bible.
It doesn't. So, you're right.
The book of Enoch, it tells that angels came and slept and had sex with men.
Yeah, they're being gay.
Subscribe to that. So we totally discount the book of Enoch.
But
they found just a little bit and made a whole book out of it. So we.
But you agree? You agree that these white folks, right? These so-called white people, right? These devils, could have they kind of maybe manipulated that book, because what I'm trying to say is,
manipulated what? The book of Enoch or the Bible?
Exactly. Because
I'm asking you, manipulated what? The book of Enoch or the Bible?
Certain books, not all of them. Definitely not Deuteronomy, of course. Definitely not.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't believe that. And even on the things that they did, we understand, like how they put Easter in the Bible. We know that that's really going into Passover. So I'm gonna tell you, the Most High God wouldn't. By the spirit and power of the Most High, we still have it intact to the best. I wouldn't say 100%, but I would say 99%. Because he used King James, learned men, 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day have it translated. They took that translated to an even better counsel, took that counsel to an even better counsel, to where we have the closest to the original text.
But can I say,
believe that it's been tampered with? Like how people do think. We believe.
But this is a good argument that's going to even have you shook now.
Hold up. I want to stay with the Japheth, because
that's what I'm saying. I'm staying on here. Okay, go ahead.
Right quick. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7, and it reads, "And the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground." So we know that the dust of the ground is what? Different shades of brown.
Yeah, brown.
So this is during the time of Genesis, just going into Adam, the first man, Eve. They were what? Dark-skinned people. We don't hear about no color changing up until what? Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25.
Yes.
Genesis chapter 25 and verse 23. "And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger."
The younger.
Her days were to be delivered were fulfilled. Behold, there were twins in her wombs. So we know it's 2 types of twins, fraternal and identical. So we know that these were fraternal because it says 2 manner of people, meaning they were going to be different. They wouldn't look the same. They wouldn't act the same. Verse 25, "And the first came out red."
Yes.
All over like a hairy garment.
Hairy garment.
Now, what race of people are red? Because think about it, is the Caucasian really white? The screen is white.
No way.
That's right.
Everybody knows
that's
that.
Why we call them what? Rednecks down south, because their blood shows forth through their skin. So even the Most High God had them knew. If you slap them, they turn red. If you hit them, they turn red. We see the characteristics that the Most High God.
I agree. They come from Esau. My question was, brother, are they pale?
What you mean? They're red, like the Bible says.
Or from East? No, I understand they're red. My question, brother, is what, because listen, I'm gonna get you right here. What nation does Asians come from? And they're pale.
Now,
Jacob.
hold up. That's a good
See?
question. Hold up. Asians, what Asians come from Moab and Ammon. They come from Lot.
Okay.
Remember, the product of Mongolianism, or what do we call it? I forgot the damn word. Mongoloism is the product of incest. That's why they have those slanted eyes like that. That is the product of when two family members sleep together that are too closely related. So let's go.
Okay, what about Russia? I don't want to go over you, but what about Russia? Are they Esau too, or are they just Japheth?
Yes,
I'm trying to make a point.
It's Esau. They are different tribes of Esau. So
Okay,
Russia
so
would
Japheth
be
and Esau
like,
mixed.
hold up. Russia would be like it says in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. They will be Magog, Gog, and Magog. That will be Russia.
So Jacob and
Ammon,
Esau mixed. Sorry. Japheth and Esau mixed.
well, remember, Esau mixed among all nations as well.
Yeah,
That's
he
why
mixed with
the
Canaan.
nation
Yeah, I know.
up, because
But I'm
all
saying
nations have
on
a
that European
origin.
side.
Hold up real quick. All nations have
Okay.
a origin in having dark skin. So when
Yeah.
Esau started to multiply and gain rule of the planet Earth, he started to do what? Sow his seeds among all nations. That's why the Chinese and the Japanese have lighter skin today. That's why the so-called Ishmaelites or the Arabians have lighter skin today. That's why many nations have lighter skin, because Esau has filled his seed amongst all nations. But
Brother.
all have an original going back into having darker skin, except for Esau. They was the only nation that never gotten any melanin.
Brother, so this is my question, right? This is a serious question. This is a very, very serious question. So, man, it just escaped my mind. I was gonna ask you something.
Man.
No, because I like talking to y'all. You know,
Y'all first, man. We love the conversation too.
No. So hold on. So my question, right, is basically is okay about the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch was kind of more clear. Could you agree?
No,
with the way
we don't. I'm gonna tell you, brother. We don't deal with the book of Enoch. They have
I understand that.
Hold up. Let me tell you why though. They literally found a fragmented of scrolls and literally made a whole. How can you get a fragment of scrolls? I'm talking about a little piece of scroll and make a whole book out of it. That can't happen unless you embellish and lie about a whole lot of those things.
So obviously we all know this is not even an illusion. Even in these the fake small hats oldest synagogues, they have Isaac and Rebecca and all of them as people literally are color. So we all know there are color. So
That's
my
right.
question, right, is Esau would be albino. That's what he would be. So my question is, albino can make black children.
No, hold up.
That's why I'm thinking Japheth was white.
Hold up. That lets you know they have a form of leprosy, but albino, it's a form of it, but it's not exactly that. And you know how we know that, brother?
Yes.
Show us a nation of albinos.
It's true.
That's right, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You don't have a nation of albinos. You see them, and that's just a form of leprosy, and that's all that the so-called white man have. He has a form of leprosy.
It's true. There are siblings in a weird way, but there are rival siblings. That's the thing. They turned against us in the Bible.
So I want to read this right quick. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 12, and it reads, "And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books, there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh." Meaning the Most High God is warning us about reading all these different type of books that go contrary to what the Bible say, because the so-called white man is always going to put another book out there to take you away from the Bible. So if you're too busy reading the book of Enoch, hey, you're missing out on the things that's in the scriptures. And it's not that we don't go to other books, but those books must filter through the Bible, brother. Like I have the book of Josephus where it gives more details on history, but some of the things are off in the book of Josephus. So I don't naturally go with that. I go with what the Bible says, because the Bible is also a history
powerful
book. It just hadn't been taught to us the correct way.
The correct
And you
way.
have to,
That's what it is.
read what the scriptures say out. This is another precept. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 16. The Bible tells us what book to read. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 16, and it reads, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail," meaning no one of the prophecies in the Bible gonna fail. It's not a coincidence that we're raising and rising up as a nation of people, keeping God's commandments, knowing who we are. Got camps popping up every day. Even you over here, and all praise to the Most High that y'all waking up over there in the land of west coast of Africa and Igbo land, like how we would say. It says, "No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate," meaning you can't make the Bible with any other book. It says, "For my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it had gathered them." So this is the book that we need to read. Unfortunately, our people think that the Bible is the white man's book because they have been in power for so long, and they're the ones that are in power up under these things, but we need to be seeking the Bible and the Bible only.
Yes. Bro, listen, everything you're saying is powerful, and but all I'm trying to make a couple good points, and I know you're understanding everything I'm saying.
Yeah.
The first point I'm trying to make is, how do all African Americans know they came from the Israelite tribes?
So that's a good question.
Second point, I know. Hold on, brother.
No,
Please,
I know.
please.
Let me answer that real quick.
Big bro. Let me just finish up with this one. It's connected together, big bro. So that one, and half of African Americans pretend a father line, unfortunately, is sad, and it's only up to God to judge it. It's their mothers is Israelites, and their fathers are is European. I'm talking about the forefathers, of course, will be Esau, and then their mothers will be Israelites. And it's sad, but it's facts. You know what I mean? It's something you can't run away from. So, but it was atrocities. It wasn't that they're willing to do it. It was atrocities that happened.
So, okay, now let me answer that, because it's many books, and even the Bible is the main source. There's many historical books that how we know. You have Genesis chapter 49. You have Deuteronomy chapter 33. So let me give it to you. Let me read this right quick. This is the book of Genesis chapter 49. Let me just go through some prophecies real quick. So this is one of the ways how we know. This is the book of Genesis chapter 49 and we'll start at verse 8. And it reads, the book of Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8, "Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies." Meaning in the last days, Judah will be dwelling with an enemy so close that we're able to put his neck in our hands. Yes. When you think historically, what nation of people are we constantly at odds with?
Europeans, period.
That's right. I mean, and that's for a fact. Even before they brought any other nations over here, it was always so-called African Americans. Let me make another point. It says, "Thine hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee." Let me jump down. Verse 10, "The scepter shall not depart from Judah, a lawgiver from between his feet." So when you came into this truth, what race was the main people that you seen out there on the highways and byways?
What do you mean by that, brother?
When you first started seeing people teaching out there on the streets in America, watching the YouTube videos, what race was it?
I mean, I'm not trying to.
No, I'm just asking you a question.
No. I want to tell you something though. I don't want to.
No, hold up. I want you to answer the question. Then you can tell me.
No. I want you to remember, bro. Listen, and I love all the brothers that are doing what they got to do, but they really, when I seen the videos I got emotional. But you got to remember, Igbos have an oral tradition where they know they're Israelites already, and they circumcise all their sons on the 8th day. They do animal sacrifices and share it among the communities. They have Israelite-like villages that have been around since the Spanish Inquisition, around that time, 16th, 15th century.
No, hold up. I understand.
No. I'm trying to tell you something. But what it was,
I don't want to jump.
I'm trying to tell you. No, I'm not trying to change the subject. I'm saying I knew I was.
I understand that, but I want you to answer my question.
No, I'm going to. I'm getting to that. You're gonna like what I'm gonna say because I'm gonna say the truth. No, I'm saying I knew. Listen, I knew what I was an Israelite, but you guys made me understand the meaning of being an Israelite. You get me now? You guys made me understand the meaning. Like I was told I was an Israelite, but I didn't know exactly what it meant. Just like a lot of people out here. But you guys made me understand everything. You get what I'm saying?
But I want to get back to this question on proving how we know that so-called African Americans are Israelites, because it's mysteries and scriptures in the Bible that show you that. So even like this, it's literally showing you that in these last days, Judah was going to be a lawgiver. So that's why I asked you, who was the main people that you seen out there on the streets teaching the Bible?
In America, African Americans, period.
That's right. So that's pointing to one,
and all that.
That's right. Yeah. So that's pointing to one of the clues on how we know. Now, guess what? We're going to get some other clues, which is found in the book of Deuteronomy. Let's just go to it and let's just read a few curses. We're going to kind of go through the main ones. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, meaning in the last days, it will happen, that thou would not, if thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes,
all these curses,
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake
you.
So you know the curses. It's literally telling us if we don't keep God's commandments, bad things will happen to us. A lot of times our people don't read this because they don't think God deals like that. God will make bad things happen.
Not just that, just the brainwashing the Christian church. Don't read the Old Testament.
That's exactly right.
Don't read the Old Testament. That is the brain. Oh, guess God loves everybody. Kiss the white man's ass.
Part of the curses as well too. Let me read some of these curses. Verse 16. Curse shalt thou be in the city, and curse shalt thou be in the field. When we look at all the cities of America, what nation or race of people are cursed in the cities?
Is Latinos, African Americans, and
Native Americans. Those are the main races of people. What fields were we cursed in? We were cursed in the cotton fields and the tobacco fields. Guess what? We know that Chinese came over here and worked in the mines. They got paid for those things. We didn't get paid for those things. These
Irish people got treated better.
Immigrate and migrate to America. They get paid for those things.
Guess
what? They get benefits for coming over here. Even the Scotlans. You know, they try to say that the Irish, thanks. When they came over here, but they got benefits. They got a certain amount of money, and they got
big time. They're considered white. You know, they always want to pull that card. Oh, this, and that. Oh, the Irish went through this. No, they didn't. You know what I mean? They didn't. They might have got treated different a little bit, like Italians, but they didn't. It was nowhere near like the way African Americans got treated when they got off the slave ships. Nowhere near that.
That's right. Let me keep reading. Verse 28, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. When we look at our nation of people, man, no other nation of people is smitten with madness like so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're in Christianity, which is white supremacy. We're in different type of religions. We're in so-called Islam. We read the Quran. These things have absolutely nothing to do with us as a race of people. But when we read the Bible, we see the language that they speak. We see that these people are what? Are us. We see relatable things that are in the Bible.
But some people don't see it. Like I'm hearing Igbo land, and they don't even get it. Like they'll be from a village called Umuda, children of Uda. That's right. You know what I mean? The J is European. Everybody knows that.
That's right.
So you take the J off, is Uda, and they'll be from children of Uda or Umaya. I was mentioned in the Bible too. They don't even realize for a second. Abia, all that stuff. They don't even realize. So you know, it's just crazy. It's just I think we're just blessed, bro. Like even you, like I've been watching you for a while. I know for a fact there's no way your paternal lineage can be white. There's just no way. The way you carry yourself, you're not fake. I get the spiritual vibe from you.
And that's the whole point. Like it says in the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 16, the spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the people of God. So we don't go by DNA. We don't go by
we're not supposed to.
Madness, because you would have to have the bones of King David to prove those things. And his bones are no longer around. Let me keep reading. Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Meaning we were promised to wives, but another man's, the slave master, would come in and rape our wives. It says, and thou shalt build an house, meaning we built up America, but we don't dwell therein to do what? To produce power over those things, man. So this is the point. These things solely identify us as being God's chosen people. It says, and none shall be, let me keep reading. It says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Let me say, and thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Meaning, when we were in the cotton fields and plantation fields, if we picked grapes off of that plantation field, man, you might have got 50 lashes. You might have got a hand cut off, man. You got those things. So these things, by process of elimination, we know it didn't happen to the white man. We know it didn't happen to the Chinese man. Never. The Asian man. We know it didn't happen to the East Indian man. So what man did it happen to? These curses identify who God's chosen people is, man. Let me read some more. Verse 30. It says, 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might, meaning black people, Latino people, Native American people have no military might, no political might, and no economic might here in America. These curses are identifying us as God's chosen people.
Brother, I got a question. I got a question for you, though. This is a serious one.
Go ahead.
And you're making everything you're saying was factual. You're one of the realest ones out here. I've been following you for a while. So, you know, you got to be honest, too. This also happened to the black woman's child. Even though she was raped by a heathen, she gave birth to of course, a child that's father was from Esau. And he got treated bad. He might have been a house nigga, but he still got treated bad.
Yeah, we understand that.
That's what my point. I'm not talking about these weird sisters nowadays that are going around marrying white men, having eating my babies, and their babies will come out and be racist and think they're better than us. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the sisters that got raped.
I'm gonna tell you,
listen, due to our customs that we don't kill babies. It's true.
No, who said that? God do kill. Hold up, brother. God do kill babies. What is?
No,
brother?
He does. I understand. Then. No, I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm saying
the baby's gonna be dashed to pieces, right?
Yes, I'm saying us in general. I'm saying it didn't happen though, bro. It definitely didn't happen on your side, the way you are and just the spiritual vibe I give. But there's some brothers out here preaching the word and that are in these camps that I know for a fact, I get the vibe that yes, their first father was white.
But hold up, I'm gonna tell you, if the spirit bears witness, because if it don't bear witness with Esau, this Bible is not made for no other nation of people but the children of Israel. And I'm gonna tell you, the Most High God has a hidden clause in that thing. It's called separating the sheep from the goats. So even Christ told them, we don't know who we are. If that's the case, let them grow up together, and then the angels gonna separate, because brothers
they're gonna separate them. That's true.
Brothers might make a mistake. So that even goes into the.
It's up to God. You're trying to say. You're trying to say all that is up to God in the end of the day.
That's exactly right. That's all that it is.
It's true though.
And that's what we got to go by. This is the book of Matthew, chapter, going into the wheat and the tares. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 28. And he said, unto me, an enemy had done this. His servant said unto him, what then will we do? And go gather them up. Let me start up a little above. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 24. Another parable he put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. Meaning the nation of Israel is the good seed. The field is the world. Verse 25, but while men slept, meaning while we were in captivity, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. Meaning the white man came and planted tares amongst us. Verse 26, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So meaning what? When we out there teaching this truth, you may have some tares come in among the wheat. Verse 27, so the servants of the householder came and said unto him, sir, didst thou not sow good seed in thy field? from whence had it tares? It says, he said unto them, an enemy had done this. Then the servant said unto him, what wilt thou do? Wilt thou win that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, least while you gather up the tares, you root up the wheat with them also. So meaning it may be some brothers that are not actually Israelites. The Most High God, Christ said, let them grow up with us. Because when he comes to separate the sheep from the goats, we gonna know the angels won't make a mistake in that day. We may think that we know who an Israelite is, brother, but we don't know 100% of the time.
It's true.
God gives us a good discernment, but not 100% of the time. It says, let them both grow up until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers. The reapers is going into what? The angels. Gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So we don't have to worry about if people going to infiltrate Israelites. No, the Most High God is going to have the Israelites in order.
We already know.
Genetically modified down to a T, brother, because he's going to use the angels and they see on a spiritual level, not like how
That's
regular
crazy, bro. It's just, all this stuff is crazy because the way they try to make Jesus seem like he's just a big teddy bear, and
that's right.
That shit be blowing my mind, bro.
Yeah, he's not, man. He's coming back.
That shit be like, how do people just fall? Are people just fall for such stupidity like that when it's all in the Bible? What was that verse in Revelation? You should rule them with a rod of iron. Like, it's there in the Bible.
But that's the thing, brother. Our people, that's a part of the curse, and that's something that
it is. Yeah, you're right.
That's right. So what we just read in the book of Deuteronomy 28:28, the Lord smitten us with madness and blindness, meaning our people don't know left from right. Our people in Egyptology, they listen to these brothers over here trying to go deep, and they run with this stuff because it sounds good. But you don't need to go no deeper than the Bible. The Bible itself is a very deep book, man. But our people don't like to read, for one.
They don't
want to get the understanding.
They want to listen to the white man.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And the white man is going to say, "Oh, Jesus loves everybody. Jesus is a big teddy bear. If you kill, if you rape, if you do anything, you'll be in the kingdom."
Let me get brother Jerubbaal in here real quick.
No problem.
Get him in there, man. Shalom,
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my quick question was, I don't know if you answered it earlier, it was just, I guess it kind of will have to do with his question too, with the black nobility rule of Europe.
Yeah.
And from 500 to 1500.
That's right. Yeah, so you was asking about, was it now it is in Revelation. It's also in the book of Job, but it's not saying it. It's written in a mystery, brother. So that's why even like with these books, man, I love these books. This is a book called Nature Knows No Color Line. This is literally showing you black people with coats of arms that ruled in Europe from that time, really from 193 AD all the way up until 1453, or like you said,
before the Inquisition.
That's right, before the Inquisition. So you have black people that rule with coats of arms, because this is what they basically tried to whitewash, and there was so many images that they couldn't whitewash all of them. Even when Vladimir,
even when you come to Igbo land, like Igbo name is Osita. That means little bear in Spanish. So there's Spanish phenotypes here in Igbo land.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm gonna tell you, brother. It's a book that they have in England where it's a map, and it literally had all the tribes. You had the tribe of Ephraim, and they knew where we were. You had the tribe of, they would say the tribe of David, the tribe of Yehuda, the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Levi. They had maps. It's this map called Negro Land. Even when we fled into Africa in 70 AD. So it's much history that's out there. Go ahead, brother Jerubbaal.
Okay. Well, now, the reason I asked that is because somebody told me that the Moors were also, a lot of them was Israelites too, who converted to Islam.
But some of them are also Arabs. So Moors a mixture of Israelites and Arabs together. So a lot of times we just make the total mistake of Moors just being all Israelites. But no, remember the so-called Arabs conquered and took us over as well too. And they forced us into Islam.
Yeah, with the trans-Saharan slave trade.
That's exactly right. Of the sub-Saharan slave trade.
Yeah, the sub-Saharan slave trade.
You
Yeah.
know, so that goes into this. Well, Shalom, brother Don Israel. So that's a mixture of Israelites, and more just means black, because we know that the original Ishmaelites or Arabs, they were a dark nation too, but they totally understand that we're a different race from them. That's why they still got people over there in slavery even to this day in certain places like Yemen and Morocco. You know,
Yes.
it's
Yeah. See, because
hardcore
I
understanding going on for us as a nation of people, man, that we have to reach, man. You know, but though that is prophesied in the book of Revelation. Let's go there right quick. Revelation chapter 20. I know I was going into that, but it's not going to be written like how brothers want. Most High God is not writing these things plain upon tables. No, brothers have to literally get the understanding from learned men, you know, and take that understanding and guess what? Research more. Go deep into these things, man, because the
because
history.
I can't remember it was Peter who wrote it, but he was in Roman captivity
That's
on
right.
the island of Petra, so he had to write it in code, or they was gonna kill him.
That's exactly right, Doc. That's exactly why you have to write it in code. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and great chains in his hand. Meaning, this angel had the ability to put the spirit on the white man to come back in power. But it's talking about the bottomless pit, it's talking about the land of Europe, because that land really has no natural resources. All the resources are really in Africa. And we know that Israel is in the right top hand corner of Africa. Doesn't mean that we're Africans, but we're Israelites. And we know that Africa is a dark skinned country, a continent. Verse 2, it says, and laid hold on the dragon. Who is this dragon? This dragon is making reference to Esau, or all the Edomite powers going into Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain. Those are the 7 major.
Yeah, the Western Europeans. They're
That's
the
right.
Edomites.
That's exactly right. This is this dragon in verse 2. Let me keep reading. And laid
It is,
hold
oh,
that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So this is going into the dark ages, because Esau was in what? In captivity, or this is when we what? Ruled for 1,000 years. This is going into the time of Septimius Severus, when he took down the Roman Republic in 193 AD. From 193 AD all the way up until 1453, so-called black people ruled Europe. That's what we have called
and that old serpent, that's from Genesis, right? That's supposed to represent knowledge too.
That's exactly right. That represents wicked of
wicked
the
knowledge.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
More so, somebody say Esau doesn't have any prophets, they have professors.
exactly. But I'm gonna tell you, they got more than that. They got professors, they got monthly prognosticators, they got sorcerers, they got witchcraft, brother. They got all type of stuff, because they deal directly with Satan. Satan is their God.
It's
So let me
true.
show up. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 2. I'm gonna start at verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. So the dragon in this context is literally talking about the spiritual demon Satan, meaning Esau worships the devil. Meaning when you worship the devil, he does what? He gives you power. People don't know the devil can give you blessings too. A lot of people don't know.
What?
Like how I'm gonna tell you, brother, a lot of people don't know that. So if you're not keeping God's commandments and you are still getting blessings, who is giving you those blessings?
It is the devil.
The
And
devil,
last
so you
thing I
can
know
keep
is going,
doing bad.
yeah, and I don't want to word it right, but I know each great city has like a chief priest that the
That's right.
Lord sent.
They have witches and warlocks. They still have these things.
Big time.
Oh no, I mean like a spiritual prince. I don't know if
That's
I'm
right.
wording it right.
No,
Okay.
you are wording it right. So some
Okay.
of those will be like some of the super elites. Like we would have like the Rothschilds, the
Mm-hmm.
Bilderbergs, people of that nation, the 1% of the 1%. People that
The
you won't
gates.
find on Forbes' richest people. Now, these people,
Yes.
no, you won't find them on there, but you know about them through research. It says, verse 4, and they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with them. Meaning, when you take up all the Caucasians, no other nation can literally stand a chance against them like that, man. But now the Most High God is doing what? Pitting them one against another. That's what you see with this verdict with Trump. You know, he thought he was gonna win that thing. I ain't gonna lie, I thought his ass was gonna win too. But that's the Most High God literally setting them one against another to do what? To cause a civil war and cause a divide. You know,
Don't forget
Yeah,
about.
even
Don't
if you
forget.
look at it, it's quite sad too that even in this modern age that they're having the least amount of children out of anybody.
yeah,
And
that's
don't
right.
forget about the
With all the
notorious
yeah.
Hold
William
up, brother
family.
Shay. I'm gonna get you in there. Say it again, brother Jabril.
No problem.
Oh no, I was saying because that's another thing too. As I saw, that's what clicked for me was in a prophecy was Esau's going to breed themselves to extinction.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
like with all the marvels and all the miracles that they have today, you're not having children. Basically, the first commandment: be fruitful and multiply. That just should go how just perverse this nation has become.
That's right. And I'm glad that brother Dexter put that in there. I couldn't remember their name. The Berbers. That's right. The Moors were a mixture of Berbers, Africans, and Israelite brothers. Got to stop saying that. That's right, and do actual research. Don't forget Ishmaelites as well too. So they
Mhm.
were a mixture of all of those things. We do have to. Shalom, brother. Two raw twins in the building, Judah King. But go ahead and say what you was about to say, brother Shade.
I was just gonna say, man, don't and we can't forget about the notorious evil Williams families from Britain. Because what are we speaking right now? Don't forget, Igbos were colonized by the British. We went through Biafra,
Yeah,
where
exactly.
why 3 million of us died, and then what is African Americans speaking? English.
That's right.
Everybody's speaking English. That's like Satan's true go-to people is the English people. That's the go-to people. He has a lot of children, but that's one of his favorite ones.
I'm gonna tell you, you know why I disagree with that? To a degree,
Okay.
you right on that. But guess who else? The Amalekites,
Yeah,
the
the
small
Amalekites
hat.
and the
They
Portuguese
really are. I
and
would
the
put them
Portuguese.
above them.
Everybody that was involved with the Inquisition,
Yeah,
them too.
they
Oh,
wicked as
well,
hell
even
too.
more
Don't get
so.
me wrong. They wicked as hell. Those Pope Alexanders, the sixth of Rome, they wicked as hell. But I will even put the small hats over them, man. Them
Yeah,
small
no,
hats
it's
wicked
true.
on a whole nother level.
I
On a
don't know,
Even
different
man.
when
Them
it
level.
says in the
Italians,
book of
they've been
Revelation,
wild forever. They've
3 and
been
2
wild
verse
since
9.
Rome up until now. So
That's what I was trying to get at you, brother, with the Japheth and Esau. Because some people believe Esau is just Western Europe, from
No.
Germany down. And they think Japheth is Russia and like Poland and Uzbekistan. And they think that's Japheth.
Now hold
And
up,
I
hold
know
up.
you heard that before.
No, hold up, and I'm finna explain it to you. It's a book called The Dark Age of Greece. So yes, Japhet did get the land of Europe, but guess what? Japhet was black. The
No, I
original
believe so.
Greeks, the original Greeks were black. So
yes,
they didn't come into power. The so-called white man came into power, took over Greece, and became the Greeks like they do with everything. People
yes,
think
the
that the original
dynasty basically
white
committed a
people
civil war and took over all of
called Greeks.
Greece,
That's right.
and then tried to cleanse everybody that wasn't dealing with them
Mm.
or
So
adhering to
it,
them.
it
And even
goes
if you look,
into the dark, and brothers got to get that book as well. That's another good book, The Dark Age of Greece. This is going into the history of Alexander the Great father, Philip, a Macedonian, his
mhm,
lineage. They were warring to take over Greece. And by the time Alexander came into power, they had already conquered that land, and now they was trying to go and conquer the rest of the land. So the
yes,
original Japhites, they were dark-skinned people. But then the so-called white man took over that and became them like they do everybody. Shit, you got white people, South Africans now. Now they would actually be called African American. Man, ain't that something? If they came to America, man, it's crazy, man. So they are the original East Indian. They took over China at one point in
hmm
time. Hell, they took over this land. Starting now, they calling themselves American Indians. So it's a lot of things and a lot of history that they have done, and a lot of things that they have took over. And the Most High God, through His Spirit, is giving us that information back in the earth now. Shalom, soldier Renoir. Shalom. So that's
and
what
Have
then
you
we.
ever done? I got a question for you. I know you don't believe in the doing DNA stuff,
That's
but
right.
brother, big bro, have you ever done your African ancestry to see
Well, you
what
know
put?
why I don't do that, because guess
It
what?
says in the Bible not to.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
does.
That's part of the
In
reason.
Revelation.
But I'm gonna tell you, they actually did a study, and that thing was on Dateline, brother. They literally had this company that literally said it, that they couldn't go back certain generations. You really couldn't go back to like 10 or 20 generations. Wow. And they was literally taking those people money and stealing it. That's the thing that you need to look up. Go and look up the trial of DNA on Dateline. They literally did a report on that, brother.
I think you came from
and also it doesn't take in on migration patterns either. So it makes it seem like
too.
And that's another thing I wanted to say too, is if you ever look at them like Greek or Roman history, they always make it seem like they were natives to the land and that they rose up. Sorry, I just wanted to get.
Yeah, that's another great point. Even like Soldier Donovan put in Psalms 49 and 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and that their dwelling places to all generation. They called their lands after their own names. You know, that's a great precept. Yeah, exactly. Even like Ox said, he said, mom couldn't even get an info on a father who was a true guy, but his lineage didn't go further than his grandfather, because we know a lot of times Esau destroyed their records because they
all the time. What?
Let me get
He's the number one. But I'm gonna keep it 100. I think Capt is from Igbo.
Hey man, you know, I might tell you. I tell brothers
even
who I'm from, you know, long as I get to walk one of those gates of the tribes, man. You know, that's what I pray.
Hey, but we got to talk about something else, because I wanted to say there's a lot of tribes in Igbo land, because I've seen the 12 tribe charts, and I'm gonna be honest. There's a Gad in Igbo, there's Judah in Igbo, there's Levi, there's Zebulon. There's different tribes, and I've been seeing this stuff about these tribes that is just saying that dark skinned people like us, dark brown people like us, are just from the Southern Kingdom, and I don't believe it.
Well, no, we don't, because the more understanding we have got, remember that tribes chart is not for the whole world, and that's what brothers and sisters make a mistake of. That 12 tribes chart is only for the Western Hemisphere. That's it.
Yeah,
because it's prophecies that give us that in the book of Ezekiel.
Yeah,
you know, it's prophecies that's literally telling us in the North Country. What is America?
That makes sense too. They might have. The devil might have been like, okay, Judah's going to America. Okay, these people are going to South. That makes sense to me though. You know what I mean? Because they might have analyzed the whole thing like, okay, we're gonna send them to North America. We're gonna send this tribe to South America. Because they already knew. Like you said, they had us under Hebos.
That's right. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them they did know. They knew those things. They knew what tribes were what, because they had the help of the real Africans in Africa. So they knew what was what. They totally knew that. And a lot of people don't understand that history as well.
Yeah, that a lot of us were sent over here as POWs. So, like for example, if you were under the Ashantis, people, you might all be under the Ashanti, but that doesn't mean you're all part of the same ethnic group. You're just conquered by that Pacific Empire. So we have like a very ignorant understanding.
Jerubbaal, he shocked me because the Ashantis are under Acons, but he was saying Acon on that verse I showed was a descendant of Esau. So that kind of threw me off. Like, what?
Yeah, so if you look, there's I'm trying to remember the name, but the Edo people, the Benin people, they're Esau's children too. They're definitely Edomites.
I don't know about that one. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't know, man. They said
some of the children in Benin.
Look, man, listen. They said
hold on. We're not saying that all of them, but we know Esau have mixed the seed amongst them. You know, so we know
not all of them,
mixed in amongst them, but I would say a lot of them are Israelites. But we
know
exactly amongst them.
Because I forgot the point they bring, Jerubbaal. They bring a point where the name was somewhere. They have a name, but they have oral traditions too. Like, you know what I mean? But he's right. Like a lot of them some of them might be Esau.
It's this. Hold up, real quick, Ox. It's this book called The Lost. The Dark Age of Greece. It's this book that's literally showing you basically how Japhet. Remember, they're not literally gonna say Japhet in there.
No, they're not. But we know because it's Europe.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times when looking at history and antiquity, is you don't call people by what they call themselves. You call them what the conquerors called them.
That's exactly what the white people. Exactly. White people destroyed everything.
Yeah, so like the Canaanites are the Phoenicians, and the Phoenicians are the Carthaginians. But
That's right.
unless you do a Google search, you would not know that at all. They make it seem like they're three distinct cultural people.
That's right.
But we got to remember we have Canaanite
Hold on
grandmothers.
real quick, Ox. Lena, yeah, that's the author of that book, sis. That's a good book for you to go out and buy. Literally showing you that it was dark people that ruled. But go ahead, Ox.
We have.
I don't know what happened to him.
I think Ox had clicked off. He got a bad reception. He in
Yeah, he like you said, he in Igbo land.
yeah, in Igbo land. So yeah, he got a bad reception.
All right,
But
well, cool. Well, while I
yeah,
have it, I guess let actual real spiritual question. So me and my brother, we started doing the studying. So what would be best for us, starting at Genesis and reading all the way through, or picking specific books? Because me personally, I know it was just the day of Simon, so I just read the first Maccabees and half a second Maccabees. So I'm going to finish with that, but I don't know. Should I go back to Genesis and read through?
I always start from the beginning, because the thing is, you need to get a contextual, historical context of how everything came about. So you always want to start at the beginning of the book.
Yeah, because it makes reference to a lot of other books that I never even. Well, I had to jump back to, like because it's confusing.
Yeah, you always want to start at the beginning. I'm gonna tell you, you kind of want to read through Genesis. Genesis is a heavy, deep book to read.
Yeah, it's
Very
50
deep.
chapters.
And kind of get it on a historical level. Then you kind of want to get it, read it again, kind of get more of that spiritual deepness that it's talking about. But I'm gonna tell you, you literally have to learn the book of Genesis chapter by chapter, verse by verse.
Okay.
You know, so you have many brothers that have many breakdowns on those things, first and second chapter, third and fourth, on and on. So you want to take your time and read it, but I would always suggest that you start at the beginning.
All right. I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
right.
what would be the best way to learn Hebrew too?
Now I'm gonna tell you, you can. I don't put too much into it. I'm not gonna lie, because I know on that, like we say, you know, we have certain learned brothers, like we say, that do. I'll take it, brother, who I got his book, brother Jose got that book for me, from Sakari. And what's my brother name? Ariala.
Yeah, Ariella. Yeah, I met him. I'm by Philly. I met him a couple times. He's a good brother.
You know, strong brother in the Paleo Hebrew. So that's a brother that you can maybe get with, you know, and try to learn that. Maybe try to get his book. You know, it's a good book to have, because he's literally you know, have it all the way. I thought it was gonna be I thought he was gonna have a translation next to it. That was the only thing on lie I was kind of disappointed in, but I mean, it's just give a way for brothers just kind of up their game on learning. So that's a brother that you would really want to get with.
Okay.
You know, most definitely.
All right, last thing. Cain is Esau reincarnated, right?
That's right.
All right. Appreciate that. Thank you.
I know Soldier Donovan say, you know, brother Shooter from BOW, Believers of the Way, that's really good in Hebrew. So that's a brother that you can actually talk out. Yeah, she was talking about the actual book. That's what I was talking about too. Yeah. The actual book, Dark Ages of Greece. Yeah, great book to have. But yeah, Cain is Esau regenerated. When he slew, and even like Sister today, you said Quizlet, you know, it's little ways that brothers can, you know, kind of tap into that Paleo Hebrew, but you have to be careful with some of those things, because sometimes they'll try to have you speaking Yiddish. So that's why I was suggesting
that's it. Yeah.
Like brother, you know, that
knows it's true
what you're talking about, you know. But yeah, Cain is definitely Esau reincarnated. Most High God brought that spirit back on the earth. That's why he took away his melanin. His also a fugitive and a vagabond, meaning Esau has no homeland. That's why he's always taking other people's things, you know. And he's a fugitive because he's running from a strong arm of the law. He never paid for slavery, never played for the destruction of the Taino Indians or for the Native Americans. The Most High God is literally saving Christ for himself to be judged literally by Christ. So he won't get paid. Comes back.
No, well, I mean, exactly, like with the Trump thing right now. Trump is supposed to be the president of law and order, and yet everybody is saying if he's guilty, everybody else did it, let him go, or it doesn't matter, or sidestep the law. It's just completely hypocritical.
That's right. Well, we know. I'm gonna tell you. Guess what? This is a hypocritical nation, man. This is the book of Isaiah 10. Here, y'all. This is a hypocritical nation, man. Most I got all
very hypocritical.
So They say law and order, but then they keep us and kill us down with injustice. You know how many of our people are locked up unjustly? You know,
Yes.
the
Or
hypocrite.
even leave it out of there, right? Who introduced crack cocaine into our neighborhood?
That's right. I mean, we can go on and on things.
For 100
Yeah.
for 100 years, the Democrats will be killing black people the most, and then for another 100 years, the Republicans will. They switch
That's
back
right.
and forth.
You know,
Well, yeah,
so
because they're the same party.
it's literally a law for us not to vote. But this is the book of
Yeah.
Isaiah 10 and verse 1. And it reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may be the fatherless. So we see that. You know, they are people that write unrighteous decrees, meaning laws, and they constantly
Yes.
do those things. You
So, I
know,
mean, hey, what's this month right now? Pride Month. That's a perfect example.
yeah, that's exactly right. Prime example. You know, so like
I'm
I
not
say,
gonna take it. I'm not gonna take any more time. I appreciate the conversation.
all praise. I'm gonna jump down to verse 6. It says, I will send against him a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the streets. Now we know during this time is going into the Assyrian, but on a deeper level, this is going into America today, man. You know,
Yeah,
so this nation is
because
down.
America's the amalgamation of all the empires before it.
That's exactly
Above
right.
all of them.
That's exactly right.
But you got, this is the thing with me, right? When you mention America, you have to mention Great Britain. You have to, because they're the ones.
They definitely up
That's
in
their
there.
seed.
They up
Yes,
there.
That's their seed.
Like
and
That's
it's
the
even
ones they
funny is if
answer
World
to.
War II never happened, Great Britain would have not lost its power as a superpower.
Yeah.
You need to sell that thing, brother Jose. What you say, brother Jabril?
Oh no, I was saying though, it's funny if World War II never happened, Britain would have lost its place as a superpower.
Mm-hmm.
And that allowed for the Cold War and America and Russia basically competing with each other for 50 years.
No, but you got to realize, brother Jabril, you got to realize America answers to Great Britain, because you got to realize that the most Americans, right? Their paternal lineage goes
But I
to
wouldn't say that. Not according to the scriptures, because it tells you in the book of Revelation that America sits on a scarlet colored beast.
America's.
But what I'm trying to say, would you agree that Babylon would not just be America, but it would be Great Britain too?
I would say the Babylon would be the West, like that Western cultural identity.
I'm gonna tell you, hold up. In the book of Revelation, remember, we want to filter everything through the scriptures. So it's literally scriptures.
Yeah. It's true.
When you read the book of Revelation, chapter 17,
the eagle.
We're gonna read this right quick. This is the book of Revelation 17. So we know America stems out of Great Britain. You know, but America
that's their descendants
them in power. They have totally overtaken them in power. That's why she sits on the beast. Remember, the beast is going into the 7 Edomite empires and NATO. Remember, America don't consult with nobody when they want to invade nations. They don't ask. They're not going to the Council of World Leaders. They just go and do that. That's why we had Iran and Iraq situation where they knew damn well there wasn't no damn bombs there. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 7. And it reads, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I'm going to jump up. Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And we say that because where is more abominations being done than in America? You know,
nowhere else, bro. It's true.
And also, I would say America's that cultural whore too. She has no real identity.
Right. So we see that we say this nation.
No, you got a point, bro.
Over the kings of the world. I'm gonna jump down. Verse 9. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, meaning the beast that John saw was in his vision, but was not currently in existence.
Yeah.
And shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. Meaning what? She was gonna come out of Europe or out of
they're all devils, but Babylon was a different type of devil.
Yeah, exactly. It says and go into perdition. and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose name was not written in the book of life from the foundation of the earth. And when they beheld the beast that was and is not and yet is, there is in the mind which has the wisdom, the 7 heads of the mountain on which the woman sitteth, and the 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue for a short space. So this is going into those 5 kings. 5 kings is already came going into what? Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany. So we know eventually that what? America stems out of Great Britain. Even like you said, they took it to a whole nother level. Let me keep reading. Verse 11, and the beast that was, meaning was in the vision, and is not, meaning not currently in existence when John the Revelator was prophesied, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th and goeth in perdition. So we know that America do stems out of England because we know England is the 7th.
English. Look at the name. Look at the language. English.
But I would make the argument though that America is an amalgamation of all of Europe, like all the failures of Europe coming on.
No,
but it's not just that.
Jabril, look at what they're speaking.
All the captivities we done been in. It's an amalgamation of a.
I understand, but you guys got to remember. Look at what we're speaking. Look at what everybody's speaking. Everybody's speaking the devil's tongue.
Well, no, that's not new. When when Ptolemy conquered Greece, he took all their stuff too. That's what they do. They just conquer and take from each other.
Yeah. We're not saying it's true. Remember, we're not saying that, but I'm saying we know that America stems out of England. But America
it has to because the language.
They have surpassed England in power. That's my
point. Yeah, and we're also saying that America
they don't even listen to them
is a bit of everything. I mean, even then, the founding fathers, an argument can be made that they were actually Freemasons trying to create an atheist nation.
That's right. Even Brother Zaquan, like you said, Revelations 12:3, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns. 10 horns representing NATO, 7 heads representing the 7 Edomite empires. You know, that's exactly right. Even like he said, with all their buildings looking like Roman culture. But I'm gonna tell you, that culture even goes back to Esau. You know,
yes, I got a question for you, Capt. I did a whole project on it.
All praise, you know, because a lot of
times, how do you feel about this?
Hold up, real quick. A lot of times, people think that Esau comes from the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. He actually don't.
No, Western Europe. Are you kidding me?
No, they're not.
Don't. Do you know where he stands from? Where is Esau originally from? The white man originally from?
Israel. Petra.
He's from Petra.
Nah, that's right. Yeah. That was his
or whatever.
That was that's what the Lord bestowed upon him as in his hands, right?
And they took that land over from the Horites when you read in the book of Deuteronomy and Numbers. So
yes, it took them over and conquered.
Architecture is just like the Roman Colosseum and American architecture, showing you they know who they are. We just don't know. Mount Sierra, even like Brother Hosea said, or what they would call today Petra.
Yeah, we even leave all of that out of it, right? The eagle has always been their symbol, going back to the Greeks. That is their bird. Like, that's not no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like,
yeah,
that's right.
That's not like
listening from Babylon Ugly Sisters, the Balfour Declaration. That's to say, them horns. You're exactly right. So I mean, it's just too much out there to show. That's why we don't agree with brothers that do say Esau is the Saudi Arabians or Japhet. Like we say, it's too much that point to Esau being a Caucasian today. You know, never.
And even then, the Caucasians will tell you, like, yo, we're Romans, we're Greeks. Even though we might not descend from them people, we will gladly take all their cultural artifacts and adapt it.
That's exactly right. You know, so it's a lot of information out there that points to who this devil is today. Even like the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, we're literally unveiling all her secrets and blasphemies. You know, so we see it out there, man. It's too much information to deny.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up the black nobility thing earlier, because it makes the timeline make a lot more sense. The Israelites wandering off, following all these foreign nations, and religions that they get thrown into captivity, forgetting who they are. They're coming back into that.
Yeah, that's right. Remember, each time we break the laws, like we did good for a time, but then we started to go back into their ways. That's why ultimately the rebirth of the white man back in power. That's literally why he brought them back into power. And he literally had King James, one of the last ruling black kings that ruled over Scotland, 3 monarchies at one time, to have the Bible translated. Because he knew, like we said, it was going from the Hebrew to the Greek to the Latin to now to what we speak English. Because we know eventually that the Most High God was going to have them put us in captivity and bring us over here to America. So it was all just part of the Most High God's plan at the
It's
end.
like I think one of my favorite quotes, and I don't say it wrong, it's like a beautiful tapestry that you don't know until you step back and look at.
Hey, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't quite use those words because I bet you believe that if we knew we was going to go through this, brothers would have kept them damn commandments. I bet you that.
No, definitely.
Hard captivity, man. You said
Well,
you
even then,
the
Moses,
UK.
I mean, somebody told, and again, when reading is like a lot of Israel believed, but now they didn't wholeheartedly believe. Like it was more so we just doing it to do it too. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
somebody
right.
said. You had to weed out a lot of the non-believers.
That's exactly right. You really did. Now we kind of understand the seriousness of it. That's why we kind of be on brothers about taking this truth seriously. Brothers is dealing with something, reach out to the brothers, man. That's what we here for. Says UK, Brit had their hands on everything, just like America. Expect America got more manpower. That's right, hands and everything. Just like says that's right. Og and Tyree 23. We got expect. No, I understand what you mean. Says didn't England pluck up Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland by their roots? I don't know what you mean by that, Frank Stallet. We know, the most I got always send them to go at. Says you got different sects of Edomites pursuing to their dukes. That's exactly right. So it is, and it's separated by those different land masses. But shoot, we know Esau is everywhere. That is right. I'm a one.
I just want to say thank you for the conversation. I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of your night. I appreciate
You
it.
too, brother.
On you
Hey,
too.
wait, one last thing. Do you really gotta join a congregation? Somebody said you can't be an individual. Like you gotta go out here and do this work.
Listen. Well, we're gonna go to the scriptures, like you already know. Let's just see what the Bible say, brother. Brothers and sisters, y'all put them scriptures in the chat for Og, man. Let's see what the Bible say. You already know, Og. Because a lot of times I'm gonna tell you, Og, why do you think a lot of times brothers don't like to join camps or sisters?
I don't like. Oh, I know. I
The
don't like
strict
being told what to
rules.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, the
The
strict
thing is,
rules.
camps is about order and structure. Now, you don't want to just get with any camp or with any brother that abuse their authority. But if you're getting around learn men, our nation has to have what? Order and structure. Even when you read the book of Deuteronomy, we had what? We had rank and structure. You had men over 10,000. You had men over 1,000.
Cap,
Men over
Cap.
100. You have men
But
over 50s and men's over 10s.
hey, but be honest though, it's only for the chosen ones that God wants to awaken those. It's not for everybody. It's not for all the Israelites. It's for the ones that God chooses.
What you mean by that,
I mean, what I'm trying to say is there's Israelites out here that will sin. You get what I'm saying? But this word, spitting this word, is only for the true ones that God wanted to speak this word. You get how like okay, the curses. Perfect example. There's curses upon our people that are blind, that no matter what you tell them, they will never see it. You can tell them, you can show them everything in the world, you can show them all the evidence, but because they fall upon certain curses, they will never be able to stand on the street and preach. But
Now
God gave
that
the
I
ability
do
to
agree with.
some.
Now that I do agree with, because
Exactly.
the truth is not for everybody. But let me read this for Brother Jerubbaal real quick. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. So the Most High God is commanding us to do what? Gather together. Because we can't do this walk alone, Brother Jerubbaal, man. The thing is, you want to make sure you read brother's spirit, because if brother's in the spirit, brother is not going to be ruling like a lion. But you will be required to do something. We remember, we're trying to build our nation back up. So if a brother have a congregation, even when I came into the truth, guess what I did? I cleaned bathrooms because I understand we wanted our sanctuary to do what? Look nice, brother. You know, as you climb up the ranks, guess what? That's just something that you have to do. You know, but you have to put in work in this truth. You know, this thing is very important. You have to learn to keep the high holy days together, because what you think we're going to be doing, Lord's will, we make it to the wilderness. You think it's going to be separation out there? Or you think Christ going to be one nation out there?
It's going to be one nation. And that's the thing. The second wilderness is definitely coming. And a lot of niggas don't understand that.
That's right. What more better way to get prepared than to trying to get yourself with a congregation today? You know, so that thing is pivotal. This is also another. And these are precepts I know you know, because you're a smart brother. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, because that's what we do with brothers and sisters that are in there. Well, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times brothers don't want to join camps because brothers still deal with certain secret sins.
Sins, of course.
More times than none. Whether a brother still secretly dealing with his side piece, and he know we get wind of that, correction gonna come.
Smoking weed is all types of stuff, bro.
Well, all right. Well, hold on. What's wrong with the smoking weed? Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's
say. You see how the spirit work? How did I know that? How did I know to say that? That's why. That's why you don't want to gather, because you know deep down. Well, I'll put it to you this way: show us where you can smoke weed. Didn't the Most High God tell us to be sober?
We can't smoke weed, bro, of course. But this is the thing. At least brothers aren't fabricating. That's the truth.
Hold up, brother Jerubbaal. So you smoke?
Yes.
I smoke too.
Brother, you gotta shake it. Y'all gotta shake it. Now you know I'm finna bring out the scriptures on y'all, right?
Of course you can't smoke. We know that.
So y'all gotta shake that, man. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, man. Y'all can't do that, man.
It's not just that, it's women too.
That's why
of course.
Brothers don't be wanting.
Women is the worst.
Women is the worst, but
it's the worst.
But now we ain't talking about the women right now, though. He is right. You talking about sin,
right? The book of Wisdom of Solomon. And I want y'all to take heed to these scriptures, man, because this thing is serious, man. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 12. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. So it's not the herb that you thinking you smoking to get away your problems. No, what you need is the scriptures. Because I'm going to tell you, the Most High God commands us in the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 8, to be what? To be sober. When you're high, you're not sober, are you?
No.
So even in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26, he gave us herbs to what? To eat. That's talking about the plant and vegetation.
Yeah.
That's not talking about you eating to get high.
And you can't eat mushrooms either.
Man, what you smoke, brother Shay? You smoke weed and cigarettes or what?
We smoke weed. That's the thing with like a lot of, I know you bounced off that life and you don't associate with people, but a lot of us, the brothers, we smoke weed. We associate with a lot of women. That's the issue with brothers, is the weed, pretty much is the weed and women. That's what we need to shake off. Is the weed and women.
I'm gonna read
That's
this.
like the two number one sins.
I understand that, Ak, and that's why we have many classes combating those things through prayer, fasting, and applying the scriptures out. That's why y'all do need to get with a particular camp, man. So brothers can hold y'all accountable. Brother, how you doing? How you dealing with that spirit, brother? Have you done shook that spirit yet, brother? Hey, these are precepts that you can go over to kind of, guess what? Help take that spirit off of you. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. There had no temptation taking you, but such as is common to men. So our brothers have always dealt with that. These things are common to men.
Yeah.
But God is faithful and will in no wise Salakia, but God is faithful, who would not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. So that's not a spirit that y'all can't overcome. If y'all are properly applying the scriptures, prayer, fasting, gathering amongst your brothers and sisters, you can beat that spirit. Some spirits can't get up off of you unless you pray and fast them out. Guess what? I used to smoke weed.
A lot of us did.
Guess what? I used to sell drugs too. And I ain't gonna lie, I prayed the Most High when I first got into the troop about 11, 12, 12 years ago. I asked, I was like, because that was how I made my money and provided for my family. I was like, Lord, please bless me with this job, because I had just filled out an application and I stopped smoking weed. Most I got pulled my cord on that thing. Them people called that night. And guess what? I stopped smoking it.
Cap, can you go? Cap, can you go? I forgot to ask you one more thing before I get off. Please elaborate on the blessings, because remember, all the Israelites.
I will, but after I bring these scriptures out on y'all for smoking.
we cut the shit out of that.
Did that real quick, brothers and sisters. No, we're gonna get these damn scriptures right quick, and we'll go over that after that. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, because I'm gonna tell y'all, man, that thing is hey, y'all ain't gonna make it to the kingdom in that condition. That's why we telling y'all that. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 13. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple you are. And I'm gonna tell you what better example to show for brothers that do smoke. Because I know a lot of times we want our brothers, we want our mothers, we want our sisters, we want our family to come in there. I'm gonna tell you, you stop smoking that weed, guess what? That Lord may put on some people's spirit. I knew my brother knew, and he was just in the feed. Like, this nigga serious as hell. This nigga done stop selling drugs. This nigga done stop smoking weed. Nah.
Wow.
Serious right here.
Miracle.
That's exactly what it is. Guess what? Y'all can have the same thing too, man. But y'all got to get around people that's gonna rebuke y'all, man. That's gonna rebuke y'all in the gate, man. So many brothers have dealt with that, man. It ain't nothing that y'all can't overcome.
That's that new.
It ain't nothing y'all can't overcome, Ox. So y'all know the precepts, man. Y'all gotta meditate on that. Psalms 103. We get this last one, man. Book of Psalms 103. We always bring these out at camp, so you know brothers be always is listening. The book of Psalms 10. What was that one? Bear with me a moment. No, I'm kind of doing multiple things at once, man. But y'all gotta shake that, man. Now I want to get that one in First Peter chapter 5, verse 8, man. This is the book the book of First Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So a lot of times when brothers is not in their right head, hey, that's a prime time for what to Satan to kind of enter in, man. You know, so that's something that y'all got to think about, man. Y'all can shake that thing, man. Hey, don't be taking too much time, brothers. Zaquan, I'm a one. You done been on her before, you know, brother, I'm be all over you, brothers be pulling two precepts for brothers not to be amongst brother and trying to help strengthen our nation, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, you know why the Most High God has so many camps out here?
To waking up our people, but you can't listen to people that want to see other people fail. You know what I mean?
Now you can't. Hold up. Answer my question. Why do God have so many camps out here?
To wake up our people from sins and to wake up who we are. To wake up who we are.
That's a great point. But the main point that I'm talking about is whatever somebody believe, it's a camp out there that teach that thing. So brothers,
that's what I was getting at. It's for everybody's spirit.
That's right. So brothers don't have no excuse. Well, that camp don't teach that. And if that's the case, then what? Brothers, start your own camp. How about that?
Get to the
brothers won't do that because that takes diligence and
discipline. Brother, the blessings. Remember, the Israelites were cursed, but some were blessed.
The rebuke for the smoking. I ain't get off that. It's naturally instilled in us to bring these things out. Because we know the spirit don't want to hear that. Nigga,
we got to throw the backwood away, man. No more backwoods.
Throw that stuff away, You know what I'm saying? Throw this stuff away, because
no more pretty women around. We gotta stick to wives. We marry.
That's right.
We marry one.
You know,
we marry a couple. We marry a couple.
You know, gotta ask brothers for they for to put the precepts up in there. Two are better than one. Even like brother soldier Ezekiel, y'all put in there Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9. Two are better than one, because when you down, you have other brothers to help pick you up. That's also why you need to be amongst a congregation, man. We know in this captivity ark is hell. So you need brothers to constantly exhort you, like it says in the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 25. Don't think that we hadn't had brothers in our camp that dealt with that, man. We have had brothers. Like we say, we give brothers some time to get their self together. Y'all come and congregate, but you can't come out to camp because we don't want to be hypocrites. Our people always find fault. And I'm gonna tell you, man, you out there, them spirits will know if your ass been smoking, man. Most I gotta use the spirits to say, brother, I know you smoking. We looking at the brother like, nigga, is you gonna say something back, nigga? Hey, the most I got will call them spirits out. That's why brothers gotta be on point, man. Brothers got to be on point. Y'all can do it. But we can go to them blessings now, man. Hey, scriptures tell you rebuke before all, so others may fear.
I feel like the blessings are important because the ones that are blessed today are supposed to help the community. Like whether I'm in Igbo land, I'm supposed to be helping the poor Igbos on these streets or whoever. If there's so-called African Americans that are blessed, they're supposed to be helping the community that's struggling. So the blessings I feel like are very, very important for those who were luckily blessed by the Most High. They're supposed to help the community.
No, they do.
The word, like even the word, even like you're blessed with the word and being able to stop smoking. That's a blessing.
Hold up, I'm gonna tell you, you have that same capability too if you tap into it the right way, though.
It's true.
Yeah, that same thing. The same thing that the Most High God, like how we just read in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10, ain't no temptation taking hold of men. All these things are come. But the Most High God always gives us a way out. Like I will pose to y'all today, just don't go buy no more weed. How much money do you think that you spend on weed that can be literally in your pocket, man? You know what I'm saying?
Thousands.
Oh, you ain't gotta tell me. I used to sell it, so I used to love brothers like already. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think about it that way as well. But more importantly, to get your spirit right. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High God literally can sip with you because y'all getting on a lower level of understanding. How much more understanding can y'all get? Y'all seem like y'all some bright brothers, man. Y'all go into the history. Just think how the Most High God can multiply it if y'all really overcome that particular type of spirit. That thing needs
you are absolutely right because a lot of it can be overwhelming if you too are high. Like we gave the Greek, like when we had the Greek breakdown earlier, a lot of that is a lot of information that you have to actually be in an actual mindset to get and sit down with to properly understand it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Tonino Red, we not wearing condoms if you have a wife. Get the hell out of here. What the hell did you talk about?
Brief, fruitful, and multiply.
I can take one female from the strip club. Hey, Most High God gonna kill you just because you use the condom, he gonna give you something you can catch through that thing. So keep playing if you want to, Tiono Red. If I'm saying right, keep playing if you want to, but you can mock the Lord if you want to, but God is not mocked. So I want y'all to really take some time on that, man. I know y'all can call me anytime, man. Brothers is here for y'all, man. But I do want y'all to get where you located, brother Jerubbaal?
New Jersey.
Bro, there's too many damn camps up there, man. You better
go
You better go get with Sakai, man.
Like 5,
With them brothers, man. There's some great brothers, man. We do unity camps with them brothers all the time, man. We love our brothers from Sakai. We do.
And that's the one thing I will get to Israelites is I never heard of Israelites say anything bad about another Israelite. Maybe certain camps, I ain't gonna say it right here, but it's always a lot of love.
We still love them brothers too, man.
Yeah, because I know again, I truly do believe that second wild Jacob's trouble is going to be absolutely horrible when America falls. And then reading and the last thing, I'm sorry. Then just reading through that whole entire thing and it's Numbers or Leviticus. It was just very powerful just seeing them come together as a nation when they didn't have anything, when they were attacked and set upon by all the other nations. And that should just go to show like there is no forgiveness or forgetting. Like these other nations are your enemies.
God gonna pay them back double. Even like you got brothers giving testimonies. Like I said, enough Israel, y'all will overcome weed. Yahweh deliver me through fasting, prayer. Wasn't easy, but you can do it, man. That's what I was looking for. Soldier done. You already know. Psalms 107:20. He sent this word and healed them and delivered them from their destruction. So even brother Judah King said he used to smoke 12 blunts a day. And shake that thing.
Niggas man. You're not even getting high. You just inhaling smoke.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You just playing. Lamar, like you said, he stopped smoking weed 20 years ago. So that's great, man. I'm gonna tell you, my wife, man, she smoked cigarettes, man, since she was young as hell. I even looked at her like, how in the hell you smoking cigarettes that damn young? But when she eventually came into this truth, guess what? She shook that thing, man. Those things causes health disease, health problems. You
All
talking
types of
that
shit.
thing in your throat, me. Most High God will jack your behind up if brothers don't shake that, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, y'all got to ask for the fear of the Most High, because, like you say, the Most High God could literally kill you through smoke, can give you some bad weed that you could never recover from. You can't do that in the truth because it's serious consequences that come with this. So I'm saying and pleading for y'all to literally shake that tonight. Even tonight, just one day at a time. Don't buy none for the rest of the night, man. Just go in the scriptures. You had that urge, go to the scriptures. Go look at a video. The Most High God has ways out of here to occupy your time, man. Don't idle time is the devil's playground.
That is true. I
So
appreciate the conversation.
Nah,
no
for sure,
praise,
bro. Same
anytime, man.
here.
Y'all have
Brothers
a
tune
great
in.
night. You please be safe. And shout
Y'all
out to
too.
everybody watching. May the Lord watch over.
You
All
too,
praise.
brother. Thank you.
Shalom.
Thank you, Cap.
All
I
praise
appreciate
anytime.
that. I've been watching you for a while, Cap. Cap, you've been doing a lot, and you speak nothing but facts, and you a real one. So I always been watching you for a while. You spit real game. So I appreciate the information you gave me. I learned a couple things even just here. So I appreciate it, and you have a good night, brother.
All right, you too,
All right.
Shalom, Salakia, Shalom, Yeah. Even Sister Lee said herpes can be caught with a condom. You better stop playing, man. Most I gotta jack your behind, man. I'm talking about a straight jack your behind up, man. Yeah, I heard, man. It was a brother I used to go to this college, man. I heard a brother. I think he was drinking, and brother said he was normal. Or brother Lamar, somebody got a hold of some bad stuff. I don't know if it's some drugs or some drink, and that brother hadn't been right ever since, man. The brother really hadn't been right. So, most like I ain't playing with our people, man. You want to smoke, yeah, he will judge you, especially by you knowing about the truth. That's the point. Sanctify, well, yeah, Frank. Well, I mean, what was you talking about? Says I use the thing here I want on earth as motivation to be Lord. That's right. Brothers can shake that thing, man. Frank, what you talking about, man? Says sanctify the Lord God in your heart. If so, if any man, yeah, we can. We don't mind about answering your question, but we dealing with our people. But what's your contention? Said, hey, what was my other precepts on the spilling seed thing? I remember the one in Denison. But what was the argument? Oh, the spilling seed. You're talking about Leviticus chapter 12 or 15? Oh, in Genesis, I'm thinking about two accounts. One in click the link. I click the link. There's a lot. Click the link, Soldier Donovan. You already know. Come on here. I can't. It says like, what was it? I can't remember. I think he was saying, did he? Because I know it'd be like the main two conversations that come up, like with masturbation and was it a sin? Something like that. So to every man. Yeah, Frank. What question did you have? We don't care. We'll answer all the questions. I see the brothers already up in there answering your questions. What you have? I can't remember that question.
You can hear me out?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm trying to, because I want to know the argument behind it. Because I know somebody was asking me, like, is it unlawful to spill seed? I forgot what it was.
Oh, that I think that is what it is. Is it unlawful for you to spill seed on the ground?
Yeah.
No, it's not a scripture that says that you can't. But remember, in that specific instance, he was supposed to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
was
right.
supposed to.
Yeah, he was supposed to. So I know brothers are asking, like, in a sense, can you masturbate? But that's absolutely no, because that goes
Hell nah.
into
Lust.
strong lasciviousness,
Yeah,
strong
that part.
desire. You know, but
Okay.
it's not actually a scripture that's saying that you can't. You know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah.
gives us laws on when we do it to, wash ourselves or whatnot.
Yeah, facts. Okay, yeah, because I figured that because I remember the one in Exodus 19 and 15. Remember
Yeah,
when the Lord was coming and Moses told him, or Exodus 19 and 15, he said unto the people, be ready against the third day, come not at your
not
wives.
that's right.
And what was the one you was talking about in Leviticus?
I thought that was the one.
I was
What
gonna say,
tells you on if you spill seed just to take a bath, basically.
oh, I know
Is
what
it
you mean.
Numbers?
Yeah,
It may be Numbers or Leviticus.
man,
Forget it.
that one say I ain't went over. I'm gonna tell you, man, I ain't went over there since I first got in the truth, bro.
Yeah, Leviticus 15 to 16. I think we had touched on it one time. Like
Yeah, we
it's,
ain't
it's
touched on
been
it
a
in
while
a
though, but I
minute.
remember when that conversation. I think that probably was the last time you asked that though.
Yeah, cause I was talking to, cause I don't know if I was debating somebody or something, and that question kept coming up, man. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't even think you should be doing that anyway when you come into the truth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not if you have a wife or whatnot. And I understand like the situation, like if you're not trying to get your wife pregnant in cases like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because I know sister's not depending on your preference, not trying to take birth control, in the
facts.
system like that. You know what I'm saying? So we just use that as a better way of birth control.
Yeah, cause I know, like, even when I came into the truth, like, something just didn't sit right on my spirit with birth control, like, of the woman. So I was just
Yeah,
like, nah,
exactly. Yeah.
we done with all that, man. It's just on the Lord, shooter. You know how that go.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I
If it
totally
don't,
understand.
if
I
it don't
totally
work, it
understand
just
that.
don't work, man.
Yeah. I totally understand that.
I'm trying to see where is that in Genesis. Let me see.
With Judah,
Yeah, Jude. I'm in 38. I'm just trying to see where he said it at.
break what down, twin? Come on over here. Uh, what is it? Genesis and Tamar.
Yeah,
Not
It's
Tamar.
38. Genesis 38.
Yeah, read that right quick.
I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on, let me see. Man, I tell you, man, I ain't read this in so
Oh
long.
no, when he killed his firstborn. Oh, start up at verse 1. Start up at verse start up at verse. No, I think it was before that.
I
Oh
think it
no, it's
is.
verse 7. No, that ain't that.
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay, it's verse 9.
Yeah, spilled it on the. There you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
verse 9.
Con. You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Con. The book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 9.
Thanks,
And
Captain Yara. Thanks,
oh, you put it on there?
Yeah.
All praises. The book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother.
So this is going into what the Most High God, his brother died, and it's in our customs, according
Right.
to Deuteronomy 25, verse 5 through 10, for his to go into his wife, only to raise up a seed in his name, so
Right.
that that land could continue in that lineage. That was it. I know a lot of times brothers and sisters be totally out of the spirit and couldn't see that thing. But I'm gonna tell you, if the Most High God tell your ass to do something, you better do it, man.
That's right.
And this is the epitome of loving your brother as you love yourself. I don't know if a sister could do this thing today, boy. They be like,
Man.
"Ah, nah, hell no." I don't know if they could, but I'm gonna tell you this, boy. If the Most High God tell you, say,
Man, I mean, you defer not to pay.
boy, I'm gonna say, boy, click in, twin. I didn't know what you was talking about, twin.
Yeah, because you remember, that's even what the scribes and Pharisees arguing about with them damn 7 husbands and shit.
That's
I mean,
right.
and stuff. My bad, Salaki.
Oh, I did click in. Uh, what you have, Mark? Shalom, Mark.
Shalom.
Shalom, twin.
Shalom. Hey,
Shalom, Mark.
I was seeing if you could go into what Donovan was just talking about. Can y'all break that down? Because that's my first time hearing that. Spill
Oh,
seed.
okay. Shoot, read that again.
Con, you want me to? I was at the Deuteronomy 25. Let me go back to Genesis 38.
Yeah, and then we'll get that Deuteronomy. Then we'll get that Leviticus chapter 15.
Okay. The book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass when he went into his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground.
So this is the Most High. The Most High commanded Onan to go into his wife to raise up a seed in his name because his brother had died. So he was supposed to go into his wife so he can keep that land in that lineage. But the Most High God told him to spill seed in her, and he didn't. He spilled it on the ground. Right. Because that ultimately falls up under the guise of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17, where you not loving your brother as you love yourself. Because if you loved your brother as you loved yourself, you will raise up a seed in his name. That's you understand that?
Yeah, got it.
Go back now, go to that Deuteronomy 25. This is the law on that. Captain Yar, you wanted to come up in here? Hit on the link. Oh, you already. Well, he clicked the link anyway. Read that right quick.
Con, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25, verse 5.
So this is where that law stems from. So he didn't basically ejaculate in the woman. Read on. He didn't get her pregnant.
Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 5. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her.
So you understand that his brother was supposed to go in unto his wife because he had died and he didn't have no heir to take up that land. This is the whole point of this. Read on.
And take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
And that was the job. That was the law. He had to perform the duties of a husband brother unto her to keep that land in that lineage. That's right. You know, mainly to keep his lineage going. You know, that son will be in his dead brother's name. You know, so this is what this is going into. Now read that Leviticus. Now this is what this is going into on this level. If a brother have sex with his wife, you know, the Most High God is commanding us to take a bath. Read this out.
Leviticus chapter 15, verse 16. The book of Leviticus chapter 15, verse 16. And if any man's seed, a compilation go out from him.
So the seed of compilation is going into your what?
Sperm.
Your sperm. Yeah, sperm, yeah.
Sperm. Read on.
Then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean unto the even.
So you'll be unclean, meaning not in sin, but you was unclean to do animal sacrifice in the temple or to give a sacrifice. You know, but the scripture is literally saying if you have sex, what? Wash your ass. Yeah. You know, wash your behind after you have sex, man. I'm gonna tell you, this thing is serious. I'm gonna tell you, man, Officer Barakai did a great video on that too. Months ago, weeks ago, where he was literally saying, I forgot the title, but it was a great video. He was saying going into it on a good level too. Wash your sheets. These are things that you have to do after you have sex, basically. You know, you understand that?
Yeah, I got you.
So that's what that's going into. Most I got killed Onan because he was wicked and didn't want to raise up a seed in his brother's wife name. You know, so he killed his behind, man. Like said, most I got telling you to do something, man. You better do that thing, man.
Is that talking about your blood brother or like?
Your blood brother.
Okay, I was gonna say like,
I know, like we say, even today that would be hard for brothers and sisters to grasp. What? Like what? But remember, your brother, your dead brother, didn't have no children. You know, you're trying to keep his lineage going on. So that's just basically loving your brother as you would love yourself.
That's right.
You know, so that's what that falls up under, man. And that's all that's going into. I know a lot of times since our people have been without the scriptures, they say, I ain't doing that. Or command you to do that thing, you better do it. You know?
Yeah, because in that 25, verse 7, true, that's consequences of the man not going into their wife.
That's right. Read that out.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 7. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, Then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders and say, my husband's brother refuses to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother.
Read on up.
Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brothers, Salaki, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I
Okay.
will say this way.
Verse 9, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders and loose his shoe from off his foot and spit in his face and
Hey,
shall answer.
that thing is heavy, man. Like we say, that's highly disrespectful for you not to do that. And like I said, that's what the elders would do to you, man. Out of that, man. That thing. This is serious, man.
That's right, man.
That thing is serious. They said, like we say, man, that thing is serious.
Just loose your shoe. They done
That's
kicked your ass, huh?
Yeah, for real, man.
Knock him out of shoe.
That's exactly right, man.
And spit in his face.
Damn,
man,
now I'm gonna tell you, I know that's a good question too. I know Brother Abraham asks, is it still lawful? You know, I would tell you like this, I would tell you like that's a damn good question. I mean, technically it is, you know, but I will put it to you like this: all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient.
You took the words out of my mouth.
I will put it to you like that. I just kind of leave it like that, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's some heavy deals. You know, I know brothers and sisters will really be in the spirit on that thing, man.
That's right.
You know, I don't know if brothers and sisters. Brothers have to really be in the spirit. I mean, shoot, your brother will have to be in the truth. Wife, you, that thing have to be very spiritual behind that, brother. Amen. But that's a good question, though. It's a damn good question. Y'all had anything else, twin? Go ahead.
No, that's all I had.
Okay. All praise, man. We've been on this thing about 3 hours, boy. I know even the call of the day.
Yeah,
Last call. Last call, man. Any other questions, man?
Yeah, man. I'll still hit you up because man, I still have yet to hit you about them other questions, but I asked this one.
If you have something, yeah, go ahead, huh?
So in Ezekiel 24 and 18, you said what, twin?
Oh, I was talking to Ken. You can just
talk to Shalom, twin. Shalom, twins.
Shalom, There's a twins in this thing, man.
What? The two raw twins, man. But
yeah, it don't, brother Lamar. When you having a good time, you know we love going over the scripture. We look up, it's 4 hours here. Damn, like man, let's say 24
and 18. So when I was reading it, now I could be reading it wrong, but even at the title of my page, it's talking about Ezekiel's wife. It says Ezekiel chapter 24, verse 18. So I spake unto the people in the morning, and at even my wife died. And I did in the morning as I was commanded. So, you know, he was getting, things to do from the Lord, and then, his wife passed. So is there any other account of her? Or is that just kind of was the only one? Because I haven't finished Ezekiel, but
yeah, and that's what that's going into. The Most High God was letting him know that he was going to kill his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he still wanted him to go out and do what? Do the work.
Do the work. And see, I put right beside that Luke 9 and 60. The dude was like, "Oh, well, Christ, I'll follow you, but let me go bury my father real quick, and let me go."
Yeah, exactly. That's a good precept that you can put with that.
Yeah,
that is a great precept that you could put with that because, like you say, the Lord, He the one that gave you that wife anyway. So
that's
just
right,
like
man.
He gave you that wife, the Lord will bless you with another. But we gotta always do the work about gotta be about our Lord's business, man.
That's right.
The Most High God was like, nigga, take that and go do the work, man. The Lord is an austere man.
That's
so
right.
We can't play the games with that, man. And that's a situation that brothers have to read to understand how serious this truth is, man. Just imagine, man, you lose your wife or anybody close to you, and the Most High God, hey, we still commanded to do the work, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, That's a pedestal, and we know it takes some time for brothers to get up on that level, but that's always the level to strive for, man. That is, you know what I'm saying. But that was a great question too, because I know it came up once before, and brothers like you say, saying that they didn't know if they could do that. No blood of Judah. So can we explain Hosea chapter 2 verse 18? Read that right quick.
Con, I'll go to it. Let me go to it. Hosea 2 and 18.
Yeah.
The book of Hosea, chapter 2, verse 18. And in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground. And I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. Man, that's tough. Ooh,
Yeah, that is. That's a great scripture, sis. That's going into where the Most High God is gonna have the beast totally in order with us.
oh, man.
You know, we ain't gonna have to. We're gonna have lions like pets. Matter of fact, let's go get the precept. Let's go to the book of.
Oh, right there.
You want Isaiah?
Yeah, give me that Isaiah one. All right.
Man,
So he's gonna make a covenant with the beast. The beasts are gonna go back to eating a plant diet, like how they was from before the time of Noah.
right.
That's why the animals didn't kill each other while they was on the boat. Most I got the spirit on them.
Con. The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 6. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion, and the fatling together, and a
So
little
we see
child
that
shall.
these are predators, and we predators versus they prey, and they're saying that they in that day they're gonna be in perfect harmony, man. We don't know.
Con, and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them.
Read that part again.
And the like in the calf, and the young lion, and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them.
Y'all hear that? You're gonna have our Lord's will we make it to the kingdom. Our kids gonna be walking around lions as pets. Just imagine that, man. That's some
crazy.
That is right there. That's some heavy stuff right there, man. Meaning all animals gonna be in unison. It's another scripture. You got the other one where the kid gonna be playing with the snakes.
That's it. You got to read down.
Oh, keep going out. Thanks,
Verse 7. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox.
Read that part again,
And the lion shall eat straw like the ox.
So you're gonna go back to a plant-based diet. Read on out.
And the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp.
An asp is a poisonous snake.
Right.
Read on.
And the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice.
A cockatrice is also going into a poisonous snake, meaning they're gonna pull snakes out of the holes and be playing with them, man, because it's gonna be a covenant of the animals, of the beasts of the field. Read on.
Con, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea.
That's a cold verse. The whole earth gonna be full of the knowledge, meaning the vegetation, the animals, and most importantly, the children of Israel, man.
That's right.
You know,
so I got a question.
Go ahead, Doc.
So that means we ain't gonna be able to feed no rebellious Edomites to the lions?
Hey, that ain't saying that. That ain't saying that, huh? Hey, man, the Most High God still gonna probably put that spirit on. Remember, we're gonna be in order. The other nations still not gonna totally be all the way in order yet. So we still gonna have to beat their behinds into submission. So
that's right.
You may get to sick your pet line on Esau one time. Right. You know. Go back to verse 19 and then Hosea. I'll finish that out, sis.
Shoot, the Lord said, "You gotta recompense them double, man. They fed us the dogs,
right?
Alligators.
So
right,
we're gonna have to feed them to Leviathan,
there, man.
That's right.
Get a pit bull, you're gonna feed their behinds to a lion or a bear, man.
That's right, man. Hosea chapter 2, verse 19. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness, and in mercies.
So now that's not talking about the other nations, sis. That's totally talking about the Israelites. We're gonna be promised to the Most High, meaning we're gonna be married to the Most High forever. You know, that's not at all talking about the other nations. He gonna make a covenant of the beasts of the field, meaning all things gonna be in order, and we're gonna be promised to the Most High forever. That's what that's talking about.
Man,
That was a great question. I love that precept. I ain't read that precept in a while.
Man,
great precept, man. Just imagine, man, you been able to we scared as hell of some damn snakes, man. I'm scared of snakes, man. I ain't messing with no damn snake, bro. But in that day, we be able to pull a python, play with anacondas and all type of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Boy, who wouldn't want a pet lion, man? I ain't gonna lie, boy.
Facts. A jaguar.
Boy, for real, jaguar. Say,
Yeah.
man, them things
Real
ain't
Black Panther.
For real.
for real. Black Panther, should pet alligator, say all type of stuff. I want to ride a bird.
Alligator.
For real, man. But if brothers and sisters ain't got no more questions, man, make sure we got new moon coming up. Make sure brothers stand in the spirit. Make sure brothers and sisters are preparing for the new moon. No buying, no selling, but we can cook on that day. Make sure it's a day to gather.
Right. Cap.
Go ahead, Doc.
It's not a question, but I was kind of breaking down like with my rib. We was kind of having like a little class, and I was going over like a little Jacob and Esau, and I kind of read a little something into it, and I don't want to make sure I'm not going too deep, but like it kind of make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
So like you know how the Lord always calls us his sheep, right?
Yeah,
And he calls other nations the goats.
that's right.
So you know when Esau, well Jacob, Salaki, when Jacob quote unquote, supplanted Esau, he used goat's fur, like a goat's garment,
Yeah,
in order to,
to
trick his
mimic his
father.
hair.
And what I'm thinking about, I said, and I told my wife, I said, this is how you know that the Lord can't be white.
Yeah, that's
And
another good point too.
I was like, think about it, because he had to use goat hair. What's our
That's
hair
right.
like? We got woolly texture, lamb, sheep hair.
That's right.
And I said, Revelation 1:14, he said, her like wool, sheep, goat hair ain't wool.
That's right. And that was
And,
the main point of his mom telling him to do that because he knew he had straight hair like a goat.
man, that's right. And I was just sitting there going through with it. And I ain't gonna lie, man, that was the spirit of the Lord, because I ain't never read it like that. Man, when I read it
Yeah.
again, I was like, damn. I said, man, Christ could have never been white, even if they tried to, try to
Yeah,
show a
exactly.
picture how you want it, man.
That's right. And that's a great point. And it's points like that brothers the most I got to put on y'all spirit when y'all kind of read. You know what I'm saying? More and more kind of read it over and over again. Most I got to put that deeper understanding on. That is why it's so pivotal to read. And I kind of get on myself because my schedule kind of be busy, but you got to make yourself read, man.
That's right,
Because
man.
you open up knowledge like that, that you could bring out there as a teaching point to the people, man, that had never even heard that before.
That's right.
Oh, that's a great point. Lump it in with the sheeps and the goats and all that. So,
Yeah.
that's a great damn point. Says, bro, your branch has to produce fruit for the kingdom. If not, it will be cut off. A true witness deliver souls. The fruit that it's talking about is the commandments. So we are keeping the commandments. You teach that we don't have to. So Frank, we ain't listening to your dumb ass.
That's right.
16:2. Wicked, man. For real, I'm like brother Abraham, man. It's been ranting all night, man.
He just like to be heard, man.
That's it, man. We don't have a problem. Then we invite him on here. He don't want no smoke, man.
That's
Click the
right.
link. I know Sister Blood of Judah talking about she want a poodle. You don't want no damn poodle in the kingdom, man. You better want a Black Panther or something, sis.
Man, I want a pet dinosaur.
Jaguar in the kingdom.
Man, pet dinosaur.
Guess what? The Most High God gonna multiply that thing. Even Sister Adelia, sister, you better want a tiger or something. Y'all better stop playing. Said I'll take a poodle over a lion. Ain't gonna be no poodles in the kingdom.
Man, all dogs go there.
Either you get a bear, sister, or a lion or a tiger.
Man, that's right, man.
That's it, man. I ain't gonna even lie. Even listening to Deacon Nathan from IUIC, when he brought up the precept, no cattle can mix out of his gender kind. Right. I love the hell out of pit bulls, but I had to think, he was like, man, that's a mixed damn breed. I said, God damn it. Most of that guy gonna kill all the pit bulls, man. I was like,
oh,
God.
Man.
Yeah, bro.
Like I had to think about that. Like, damn, they is mixed up of a whole bunch of breeds, man. Said, damn. Oh well, line it is, man.
Yeah, I take a line. Shoot, I take one.
Yeah, for real. Officer Yaakov, he tripping, man. But shoot, brothers and sisters don't have no more questions. Remember, new moon. Reach out to brothers. Need counsel or anything, brothers is out here, man. Most importantly, keep the laws, statutes, and command. I know, sis, I do too. Sister Lisa told you want a bingo tiger.
I'll take one.
Damn, sis.
You know what type of breed and everything, species.
Yeah, for real.
It.
Like I said, give all honor and praise to the Most High. We always tell brothers and sisters to keep the laws, statutes, commandments. So we always like to bring out a law. Let's get that. You got one up?
Man, I was gonna ask you about that. Well, not gonna ask you. I was gonna tell you. I got Genesis 24:60 when Rebecca was getting a blessing about how she was gonna have a seed. You know, he was gonna possess all the gates of them that hate him.
Yeah, that's another. You know, that's one that we use. It's another one in Genesis chapter 17. It's similar to that, where it's literally telling you out of your lineage gonna come kings and princes.
Man, I'm telling
we
you,
know
man.
she only had that one son, so it's
exactly
who that is.
So
you know,
even before that quote unquote supplanting, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good class to go into. Brothers will touch on that. You know, brothers most definitely will, man. That's a great class. I know one of us have done that. I think it was Nehemiah when he was with us, if I'm not mistaken. But read that Leviticus chapter 15, verse 16 out.
Leviticus 15:16. Man, I gotta start doing this more often every Sunday, most high willing, man. I get this time like this.
Yeah, brother. Like we say, brother, battle axe brothers, y'all already know. Y'all don't need no introduction, man. Y'all can always click the link. Bring up precepts, whatever brothers want. Brothers want to get on, bring out some precepts on Esau, whatever, or some smoke.
Yeah.
We don't want to read. Brothers can get on there, man.
I see Brother Abraham was talking about because I had asked the question Capt
About the shalom.
Yeah, about the shalom thing. I know I was hearing that because I don't hear a lot of them tiny hat folks be saying that shalom stuff. So I usually try to say shalom. And I didn't know if the shalom was Yiddish or not, because I know shalom is for the paleo, but I didn't know what shalom was. So I kind of refrain myself from saying it a lot.
Yeah, some brothers do, but remember, even in it still means the same thing. Peace and blessing.
Facts. Okay.
So at times I would say shalom, but at times I would say shalom.
Right.
I'm saying, but if brothers feel comfortable saying shalom, yeah, say that. Going back to the ancient Paleo Hebrew here, yeah, by all means, man. Because I know we do try to get back as much as our heritage as possible. Yeah, read that for me out.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 15, verse 16. And if any man's seed of compilation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening.
Meaning, when you have sex, make sure that you basically take a bath. No, this is not IUIC. This Battle Axes of the Most High. Make sure you take a bath. And that's all that the Most High God is saying. You'll be unclean. Unclean doesn't mean that you're in sin.
That's right.
But you want to make sure that you do take a bath. Like I said, go back and watch that Officer Barakai class. It was a great class. Thank you, Brother Lamar. But with that, we give all honor and praises to the Most High and to his son, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Mox.